What is going on, everybody? We are live. I'm JohnnyKpicks, and alongside me is my co-host, as always, Cody from Blood Money MMA Bets. And tonight we have two very special guests, two killers. The first killer we have is Dravhy MMA. Definitely check him out on Twitter. He is the co-host of Beat the Line podcast. He does all the Twitter spaces on Wednesday night. And I like to call him the king of line movement because every time I'm on Twitter, he has a great line. So what's going on, Dravhy? How's it going? Are you looking forward to this card?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, brother. It's I mean the last pay-per-view of the years or that's always great, but this one's like the new fights are even better than the first one in my opinion. I mean Oliveira against Makachev, that's very good, but we kind of knew how that rematch would
You're
probably
saying?
go, you know. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm very
I get it.
excited, and that's actually my biggest card of the year betting wise. So I can't wait for it.
Yeah, man. I have like 10 units on this card, and I usually don't do more than like 8 or 9, and I probably could do another 10 more units on this card. But I'm like stopping myself. I'm like, no more. Like, we're good. Okay. But next killer we have here is free UFC bet picks. You can check him out on Instagram. Just found out he is a killer as well. Plus 200 units this year so far. He's killing it each and every week. What's going on, man? Are you looking forward to this card as well? What's your favorite fight?
Really looking forward to this card. You know, I'm a parlay guy, and there's just like tons of favorites. So I'm kind of sketched out. It's a scary situation with all these crazy favorites, right? But really looking forward to it. Favorite fight, you know, co-main and main event, like just hyped up for both of them. Was disappointed about both of the original co-main and main event falling out. Charles and good Lord.
I'm thinking about it. I don't even remember either. Who is it?
Paulo Costa, guys.
Costa. Yeah.
I kept wanting to say Gilbert Burns. Yeah. You know, Costa with his surgery and, you know, Oliveira with his cut. Those were like disappointing. And this card looked really hairy for a minute there, right? But now it's looking real good again. So excited to be here and talk through it with you guys.
Right on. Cody, co-host, how's it going, man? What are you looking forward to?
It's going good, man. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this early card, even though I got to leave for a little bit to go watch my daughter do some cheerleading for like an hour. But I'm looking forward to this early card, and just it's a great card. Tons of good fights, tons of good betting spots. I have 7 bets instead of 5. You know, it's the first time in well over a year I've had 7 bets.
7? Whoa.
7. So and they're all good bets from in my opinion. So
I think they're all good too. I like them all.
Yeah. So well placed, dude. I put in a lot of time. I'm off on strike from work, so I had time. I had time today, as they say. So I put in a lot of time, and I feel like I found a ton of good spots, and I didn't want to just let a couple good bets go just because I have to do 5. But I doubt I'll do 7 again for a long time. So.
Right on. So yeah, definitely check out all these guys. All their information is below in the description. There are links to get to their pages and all that good stuff. So definitely check them out. Hit the follow, hit the subscribe, hit the like button if you're here and you haven't done that yet. And we will get started. We'll go through the chat real quick. Let's see. We got free UFC bets. Who this guy is? Look at this. Let's go. We got Daz. What's up, Daz? Not sure where I am. Well, you're in the jungle. Woo!
You're in the spot. You're in the spot now, Daz.
Get Rhythm, our guy. What's up? He said, sup, Johnny, sup, Cody. USA greater than India. I mean, I would say yes because I live here.
Coming in hot. Gotta rep the USA, baby. But we love everywhere. Love it everywhere.
We got Saba in here. It's a tale of tape together in a live show. Do you see that picture?
Yeah.
Guy.
This guy. He should have put me on Volkanovski at least. I'm at least Volkanovski side compared to Hasbulla. True. That was great though. That was my girlfriend sent me that picture. She had it somewhere, and I'm like, dude, I'm using this.
I forgot about that until I'm like, God damn it, Cody. MMA Maestro, what is up? He said, going to be a great card tomorrow. What's going on? Definitely check him out on Twitter. He does good stuff each and every week as well. Good bets and everything like that. Brown belt Dave, what's up? Which is going to be the parlay buster? That's a good question.
Jubilee.
Okay. We will find out. There's going to be one. There's always one.
Gotta be.
Ryan Jordan, our guy, what's up? Said, does this show last till the fight starts? If so, I am down. It possibly could. We could do like what? 12-hour shift? Want to do it? No, I'm not doing it.
Not today.
Snarius, what's up? Thanks for coming out as always, Nereus. Appreciate you. Derek, Izzy, our guy. What's up? It's car payment time. Let's go. Appreciate you coming out, Derek. Real Fight Picks. What is up? The fiance has COVID. Whoa, I hope she gets well. The silver lining is that she's out of my hair and I can watch the show uninterrupted. I appreciate you coming out as always. We always do. We got Jamie in the house. What's up, Jamie? Free UFC bet picks is my goat. He is the goat.
Dude does this thing.
Jamie Battaglia. Jamie, my guy from Australia.
There you go.
Still there, probably. Appreciate you.
Right on. Appreciate you coming out, Jamie.
Yep.
We got our guy here, Bunny Hunter. Said, good luck tomorrow, guys. Good luck to you as well, Bunny. Jumbo Loco. Hey, guys. Sorry I missed the Wednesday show, but I made sure I'll get in this one. Got some spicy bets.
Ooh,
right on. Put him in the chat.
Can't wait to hear him.
Yeah, Crypt Killer. What is up? He said, who's the best shotta? Has to be free UFC bet picks. We'll take it. He is.
Is that a compliment?
I would say so.
Are any of us young enough? I don't know.
Crypt Killer. Like
Crypt Killer. Fair Loop. What is up? He said Cody and free bets the GOAT in this game. Simple as that. I'll say that.
Cody,
okay.
He's okay. We got all of our.
Don't get Cody's head too big. Dravhy and UFC all day, yes, but not Cody. Don't do it.
Dude, this is a goat. This is a goat casting crew right here, man. For goat, dude. This is we bring some heat on this show, but man, we
do.
That for a lot.
Yeah, appreciate everybody showing up. Hit that like button as always. May Robs, what is up? He said, "What's up, guys? Appreciate you always coming out." The Smash or Pass interview had me dying. That was pretty funny.
He's so wild though, dude. I bet he's gonna get mad when he actually realizes like what it was. I bet he seems like the type of dude to actually get mad and be like,
he may punch somebody.
Her boyfriend.
Yeah, we got Yewans. I always say this wrong. Is that right, Cody? Yewans. What is up? He said, hello, guys. Always appreciate you coming out. No Jubilee can't be the parlay buster. Free UFC bets pays my bills from Jesse. Well, there you go, Jesse. Paying a lot of bills, UFC. Free UFC. There you go.
All right, let's go.
2 fighters missed weight. Rodriguez. Will one be able to do what Rodriguez did last week? Maybe.
Both of them.
We'll see.
Both of them.
We got Ben Braden. What's up? First time listener. But Dana just wrecked my bank account for those 296 tickets. So let's win some money. Well, you're in the right place, man. You're gonna win a lot of money this weekend. We got 3 killers in here and Cody. So definitely we're gonna get a lot of bets.
3 killers and a goat, baby.
Touch 'em up MMA podcast or Touch 'em up podcast. What is up? He said Mukayev inside the distance. The Ikram KO tomorrow. I like those.
I like him. What's up? Touch him up.
Saba's doing a 12-hour shift. That sucks, dude. Ugh. The value of Kamzat trunks you gave me gonna skyrocket after tomorrow. There you go. Cody had a bet on Sergey Spivak. What are we talking about, people? Oh boy, here he goes. He remembers everything.
You sure you ain't got no overtime to work, Saba? You sure? They might have some free time there, Saba. He sent me a picture, me and Johnny, a picture of me of Mia's Hasbulla with my foot on Alexander Volkanovski mixed with his picture with freaking.
That was a good one.
I'll have to bring that up later on when I got some time real quick.
Hey, Johnny's head fit the Hasbulla thing so good that everybody's like, "Is yours fit?" You?
I know. The best part was someone's like, "Nice kicks, dude."
That's good stuff.
It's a good stuff. Fair Loop, Cody and UFC's getting those. I can't even talk. Making them cash slips on a weekly basis. There you go.
Let's go.
Appreciate you coming out. Mortal Minds, what is up, man? He said, "Yo, appreciate you coming out." TFC, what is up? Once he figures out what it means, he may get Kadyrov involved.
Ooh, yeah,
that's true. He may.
Now I want to get stuck over in that part.
Muhammad will scream, "Cody, you stupid, go and stick your microphone after he subs to Elliot."
Oh man,
like, dude, if he does that in the post speech or whatever, I'll die. I'll just die, right? I'll be like dead.
We could have been friends, Muhammad. Man, we could have been friends. You call me stupid.
That's funny.
Though, dude. I was shocked. I was driving. I seen that. I'm like, what? Nice.
Are we gonna have a shoey bet this weekend, Cody? I think we're pretty much on the same page this week, right?
Yeah.
was going to mention on Instagram, I put the winner on the winner, not next to the winner. There was a guy. Yeah. So maybe this guy thinks.
Oh, okay.
Mostly kidding.
Mostly
it's,
kidding.
it's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Free kills it, dude. Yeah.
Jesse said, I feel like Islam gets the finish. Just saying. Potentially, I think it's going to go to decision.
I can't see Volkanovski going to sleep or getting tapped out. I just, in my brain won't let me.
I agree.
I know. I have to see it to believe it. That's why I keep telling people, I'm like, I totally get what you're saying. And I'm not saying you're wrong or stupid, but I have to see it.
Islam's only got 4 KOs out of his 22 wins, too. That's not like the best ratio for knocking out one of the most durable guys I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not edited at all. I am that tall, and I did meet Islam. What's your thoughts on Shah? What's your thoughts on Shah? We will get to that right away. That's going to be the first fight, so we'll stick around here. Kedorov called out, why didn't they give Ankalaev the win? I mean, I agree personally, but that's just me.
Dana's not responding to that.
I'm going to drop a Hail Mary parlay for y'all. Ikram KO inside the distance for Makayev. Trevor Peak under 2.5 for the Dumas fight. And Kazmat KO. I like all those, actually.
Not bad. Touch him up. We're going to touch him up on a show coming up, too.
We do, for sure.
A lot. Yeah.
We'll have to get real fight picks as well. He's always in here. Yeah, Bruno Silva got outstruck for 2 rounds by GM3 and Brendan Allen. That was 1 round.
He's all over it right there. People just talk about the knockdown by GM3, but he made GM3 look like he had incredible footwork.
Right. He needs people like Tavares stand in front of him. We'll get there, but
yeah, we'll get there. And speaking of that, first fight, Bruno Silva versus Shara Magomedov. Cody,
segue.
Go ahead and start it off, man.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good fight. It's kind of weird. Like, I like Shar to win the fight. I don't know if he should be minus 300 now, but he does look really good. His striking looks phenomenal. He looks like he has power in both hands, both legs, throws a ton of leg kicks, and has excellent movement. Obviously, he's missing an eye, but it seems like in all of his fights, he doesn't get hit. I've seen him get hit cleanly once, like one good time, and he took it, and seems to be pretty well-rounded Dagestan, so he's got grappling too a little bit, more defensive than offensive. But his striking looks excellent. He just needs to keep moving, dodge them big punches from Silva, let Silva tire himself out, and then hit him with a big shot. So I got Share a Bullet. I love that nickname too. But Share a Bullet. I don't know if he finishes him or if it's just a decision. I mean, he's finished most of his people, but just give me Share a Bullet.
Dravhy, who do you like here?
Yeah, I'm big on Shara Bullet this week. I don't like him at the current odds. Let me just say that. I play him earlier at minus 192, and I did put him in a parlay when he was minus 200. I think that he's cleared his side, and I also played it under 1.5 at like plus 160 or something. I think it's going to be a firefight for the time it lasts because Bruno Silva is a very good striker. The problem is I think his durability is gone since the Alex Pereira fight. Like, to get outstruck by GM3 is a thing, but even then it's not a good look, right? But to get knocked down by GM3, it's a terrible look in my opinion. And I bet Brendan Allen by sub last time out, and he made me sweat because he was about to knock him out, And again, Brendan Allen striking has been improving, that's for sure, but who is he knocking down and hurting on the feet? Not many people, right? So I do think that if you look on his resume, normally he gets sub when he lose, but Magomedov is not going for sub. He's not going for takedown. So I think it's going to be a knockout. And I love his striking, man. His kicks are very good. He's fast, and his clinch game is excellent. I think we're going to see a scenario where Bruno can look good for the first couple of minutes, but at some point they're going to get in the clinch, and he's going to hurt him in the clinch, and then he's going to finish him with a kick or something. I think he has good potential in the UFC. I can't wait for this fight. If somehow he doesn't finish him, I think it's gonna be a banger, man. But yeah, give me Magomedov to win by knockout.
Right on. I like it. Free UFC. Who do you like here?
I like Shore as well. It seems like kind of a setup spot. He looks cool as hell, right? Like, he does. He's got the look. Yeah, he looks like a cartoon character, a badass comic book character, and the UFC wants, I think, him to win and keep that undefeated record. Bruno's a stud, but you guys hit the nail on the head. He's been getting outstruck by everybody. Brad Tavares is landing on him as well, right? And On the other hand, he's got that power and he's shown durability. He's got 20 knockouts, and you guys, mentioned he lasted to decision against Alex Pereira, right? I'm on the over 1.5 right here, which was a pick of -115 on BetMGM, DraftKings. I've seen a tiny bit of movement coming on it. Chara throws a lot of leg kicks at range. He's got very fast kicks, lots of spinning kicks, but I think this is going to be a low volume round one. I think this fight kind of flies by the 7.5 minute mark, and that's my only bet. And I'll pick Chara officially, but I don't intend to have a bet on it. I wanted to bet Bruno. I thought it was an easy underdog spot, on the hyped up newcomer. And then, gosh, you watch the tape on Bruno, he's just looking kind of slow.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I'm going to go with Magomedov here too. I just think he's going to be a little bit quicker on the feet too. He's crazy. I think he's going to be more durable as well. And I just don't see this fight actually going to the second round. I think the under is going to hit as well. But the only play I have here as well is the money line, but I got it early at like -220. Maybe it's getting a little out of hand now, but I do think that's the side that wins. But you could maybe do like an inside the distance prop for him. I just don't see this fight going the distance, or you can do even like the under 2.5 at a parlay or something. But give me Chara. I just think he's going to be the quicker, more dynamic striker. And if he lands a couple good shots, I think Bruno's going down personally. I mean, Bruno has a chance though. He has a puncher's chance. He's got 20 knockouts, but he's getting rocked lately. He's 34 years old. So I'm going to go with the younger guy.
Sure looked pretty good at like a little bit bigger at face-offs too. Like that.
True, he did.
Bruno looked good. He looked shredded. He looked good and ready. I think they're both gonna have respect for each other's power, and Chara's gonna stay at distance, landing low kicks. I see like a just ton of low kicks round one. I hope.
Yeah,
I'm defending my units.
I know.
I like it.
I follow him on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure it was like after the Pereira fight, he hurt his shoulder or something. I don't even know if it was. It might have been training, but he had to have a surgery on that. And it seems like after he came back from that, he hasn't seemed the same. Bruno definitely has power for sure.
Yep. Let's see. Killa said, AKA Dagesani final boss. Yeah, in the video game, like Final Fantasy 7 or something, 100%.
He does. He does. Definitely.
Ryan Jordan said, Cody is plus money pretty much every week, my guy. So yeah, check him out. Look at his record.
Last week was the only week I bet. I know they're like, you only won plus 15. That's plus money. A lot of people didn't win last week. Last week was.
I was gonna say exactly that. Not a lot of people won last week.
That's $60 a month. That's 6 times your money. So,
there you go. We got Islam in the house, and who's that little guy next to him? Huh, look at that.
God damn.
Whoever did that's amazing. Let's go. This is the energy we need.
Love it, man. This is the energy. Love it, man.
Islam's just getting the IV, watching the stream. That's awesome.
Got a little Johnny on his lap.
That's right.
It's rehydrating.
Blind guy is not an impressive striker. Best play would be Sprinkle Bruno by KO. I think he's pretty impressive. He's a little wild, but he can be dynamic though.
He's fast.
Yes, and he tears up the lead leg. I think that he can pick apart his lead leg.
Volume. It's just single shots, low kick, spinning kick. Time flies by in his fights. His last fight, he got the guy out in 8 seconds, like first second fight. Yeah, he just backs up. It was sick. Like beautiful range management, beautiful footwork, nice knee.
He got good kickboxing. Like he keeps his range very well.
His last 2 fights before that were against low-level guys with respect, and they both went over the 1.5 mark. Come on.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't mind it. I mean,
Chara decision. I'm not on the Chara decision necessarily, but
what's the line on that? What could happen?
Probably something pretty big.
Plus
high voltage. What's up, man? He said no distance is a safe bet. Yeah, I think it's a safe bet.
They got like
Chara by decision.
It's probably in like a little bit.
We got Nate. What's up, Nate? He said Bruno is in the back against the wall spot, being bumped all the way down to early prelims. That's true.
Yeah, true that.
Unless Chara is threatened with takedowns, Bruno should be able to hang in there. Maybe.
Yeah.
I like Walker as the dog inside the distance. I like it too.
True that.
Also took the fight not to go. Bruno is still live here, man. He's got the knockout power and won a round against former champ Pereira. That is very true. He is live. Dudakova should have shaved her head for the money. I still have her, my baby.
I haven't seen this. I got to watch it. Everyone's talking about it. I haven't seen this.
She's missed it like by 0.4 tenths of a pound or whatever.
I knew that, but just everyone's talking about her haircut. Are they just saying that she should?
Are they saying they should have?
If she would have shaved her head, she would have made weight and probably saved $5,000.
She would look good with. I thought we were going to see.
She would look good with the shit.
She
We
looks
got
like a
Jeff in
young
the house. What is
Shevchenko.
up, Jeff? He said, "What's up,
What up,
JK?
Jeff?
Blood Money, Drav, and free. Big day tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go indeed.
Let's
Good luck to
go.
your bets as well, man."
Early show too. Let's go.
Straight kickboxing match is a much closer fight than odds indicate. Yeah, it could be. Anyone confident in the Judakova under? Potentially.
I am. I love it. I think she subs
We'll
her.
get there. We'll get there.
True
Yeah,
that.
and we'll say one
Well,
more
I don't
here.
know.
We
Wasn't
got
that the
J
guy
Red.
making fun of me a little bit ago?
No one's making fun of you, Cody. We're all good here.
Did we just miss the perfect segue? That was the perfect segue we just missed
Right
there.
to it.
I know
That's
you
the
just
next fight,
ruined
right?
it, Cody. All right, let's go to the next fight. We got Jin Yu Frey versus Victoria Dudakova. Dravy, start this one off for us.
Yeah, and I know Cody can't wait to talk about Dudakova. Man, I think she's good. I know people want to fade her, but it's clearly not the spot in my opinion. I bet her by knockout last time out. You can say I got lucky. That was like plus 900 or something. So yeah, that was quick, huh? Yeah, the read I had for her last fight is kind of similar to the one I have on this one. First of all, she's gonna be way bigger. Like she used to fight at 135, and Frey used to fight at 105 before the UFC. So I think she's gonna be much stronger. She's gonna be bigger, and I think we're gonna see it in the clinch. I'm pretty confident that she can land takedowns. I know that Frey has good takedown defense on paper, but against who? Yeah, she fought some grapplers, but when she fought Kay Hansen, she got finished in the third round. That was a bad look in my opinion. I think Dudakova is a better grappler than Kay Hansen, and also I love her ground and pound when the fight hit the mat. I think on the feet it can be somehow competitive, but I still think Dudakova is going to be the one. First of all, she's more durable. She's much younger. Like Frey's 38 years old. She's at the end of her career, and we see a decline in her durability, which is never great. I'm not saying that Dudakova is a beast striker with insane power, but she still has some tool on the feet and some decent power, I'll say. But at the end of the day, I think she gets the fight to the ground, and I think she's going to find a finish. It's hard to say sub or TKO because, like I said, I think her ground and pound's pretty slick on the ground. And Frey also, her cardio is not great. Like she slowed down massively into her fights, and you don't expect this to improve at 38 years old, right? And yeah, she's training with her husband. It's not a good look either. Yeah, I think Dudakova is going to be able to find a finish late, maybe late second round or in the third round. I'll say submission.
There you go. Free. Who do you like here?
I'm on Dudakova, and I did go on the under 2.5. We got it at plus money on DraftKings. I think plus 145. I'm trying to find it real quick. She has the skills, but also the tenacity and like the anger. Like she goes for the finish. She fights mean, and that means a lot to me. In both picking a chalky women's favorite and also picking an under, obviously. But I do think she's going to get Jin Yu Frey out of there. She's got great back takes. She has really good ground and pound from the crucifix position. Sometimes she'll get a little desperate with the takedowns and essentially pull guard, and I don't love that. But her resume ages better and better. Maria Silva, we were talking about it backstage. Maria Silva's really good. She went out after the Dudakova loss and beat Evelina Wozniak, who's also really good. She was 7-0 and solid. I mean, Dudakova's beat a pretty solid pre-UFC, a level of competition. So I do have pretty good confidence in her here. And, I don't think she's that great. I do think she has cardio concerns and some concerns. Like I thought Estela Nunes had a good chance on her, full transparency, before that freak injury. But Jin Yu Frey just gasses and doesn't have any way to really win this fight unless, I just don't see how she wins the fight. I don't think she can win more than 2 rounds, and she definitely doesn't have the finishing power.
I agree. Cody.
Yeah, I love Dudakova here too. Jin Yu Frey is just she's not really that good. She's got decent southpaw striking. She doesn't throw combos really. Okay offensive and defensive wrestling. Jiu-jitsu isn't the greatest. She got subbed by Kay Hansen. It's terrible. Dudakova, I'm actually impressed with her. We haven't seen a ton of her striking, but she's training in Thailand, so it's got to be getting better as it goes. But she's a big, physical, strong girl. She's fast. And her grappling's phenomenal. She has a good clinch up against the cage, good clinch takedown. She'll shoot double legs and stuff like you've seen from way out that broke Nunes's arm or dislocated her elbow. But she's strong in the clinch. When she gets the fight to the clinch, she's got good knees in the clinch, and she's got good takedowns from there. And then on the ground, like these guys said, man, she's a savage. She's gonna I think she's gonna submit Jinh Frey. She puts a pace on girls. She has good transitions. She has good BJJ. She's finished 6 of 7 wins. 4 of them are subs, 2 are knockouts. But obviously, the one knockout was the elbow getting dislocated, and I really think that was going to be a sub too once Nunes, because that's usually Nunes gets beat down, wore out, and then submitted. And I think that's what's going to happen here. To be honest, I think that Dudakova is just a lot bigger, a lot faster, a lot younger. She's 14 years younger. I think she's going to get her grappling going. Even if the first round, is kind of she's having a little trouble getting it to the ground, which I don't think she's going to. You've seen she's a lot bigger too at face-offs. Like Dravhy was saying, she used to fight at 135. Now she's at 115. She's going to start getting her wrestling going. She's going to submit Jinh Frey at some point, because Jinh Frey gasses too. She slows down so bad. That's why she lost like Demopolis and them, because she gets beat in the 3rd round, and all of her other rounds are so close because she throws 14 punches a fight. So give me Dudakova. She's on her way up, and Jinh Frey's on her way out.
Yeah, I agree with everybody here. I do think Dudakova wins this, but I'm like just a little hesitant. Like, I'm not like jumping for this, especially at minus 500 now. Earlier, maybe, but I missed that line a long time ago. But, I just wish I would have seen a little bit more from her against Nunes. I wanted to see how she would fight in the UFC, but like that fight only lasted like 30 seconds or whatever it was. So I know she did good on the Dana White Contender Series and stuff, and that's all great and stuff. But I mean, Frey's not that bad, but she's not that good either. But again, I think just Dudakova is the younger fighter here. 38 years old for Frey. Is she really taking this serious? I mean, we knew like 4 years ago she was only doing this part-time, and there you go. She's not even winning those fights, but she did fight the better competition. So, I mean, I think she'll stay in there. I think I don't want to put jinx on anyone's bets. I think it goes over, but I wouldn't be surprised if Dudakova gets like a submission or something like that, or maybe ground and pound knockout when she's in full mount or something like that. But Dudakova is definitely the pick here, but I just didn't want to dive in on Dudakova here.
Yeah, real quick too. That girl that Dudakova beat, Maria Silva, on the Contender Series, is a beast. That girl's going to be back in the UFC one day. She's 9-1 now and was 8-0 then. And Dudakova blew her knee out in the 2nd round and actually had to have surgery after that, and still came out in the 3rd round, fought with that bum knee, took that girl down and held her down. And that girl would beat up Jinh Frey. Like, that girl knocks other girls out. And you've seen what Polyana Viana did to Jinh Frey. Like, Jinh Frey,
true,
getting chinny, getting old. Is her heart still in this? She's lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Like,
it might be her last fight on her contract too, so who knows?
Yeah.
Saba likes Dudakova by sub as well. There you go. Maestro like sub as well. I like that. It's never good to lose to Reed and Hansen. Agreed. Bros don't let bros bet on girls who lose to Reed. There you go. I like that. I'm sorry, I just visualized Silva head kicking him on the blind side and getting a KO in the 3rd round. Okay. See, Henry is good, but I put him and Elliott around the same chance. The fight should be very competitive, for sure.
They both have a damn good chance at these wide ass odds. You're effing
Yes,
right.
they do.
You're effing right. They should both be like plus 150 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bunny Hunter. Look at this. Bunny Hunter, our guy. Quarter of a unit, dog or pass on Frey. There you go. Quarter of a unit. It's not bad. It's not bad.
I don't know if she'll keep it on her feet, but if she wins, it's by decision. So
has to be by decision, yeah, for sure. Saba's got 1 parlay for Saturday. Dudakova, Basharat, and Wood. Love it.
I like it. The Basharat one's going to be close, but just a little better everywhere. A little bigger.
This is fantastic. Betting on women's MMA minus 500 favorite. What could go wrong? Exactly. That's why I said I missed the line.
At this point lately, like with Malkoon and just a ton of, Grant Dawson, all these people, like a lot can go wrong.
Yeah,
do not say Malkoon in this chat.
Malkoon, and also me and Cody got her under minus 400, so we're pretty chill on that. Yeah, at minus 600 or something. I wouldn't touch that, that's for sure. And Frey by decision is like plus 600 on some books. So if you like that, maybe you can throw something on this. But the problem is that I think she gassed too hard. So if somehow she wins the first 2 rounds, she's gonna need to survive like badly in the 3rd, and that's gonna be terrible to watch, in my opinion.
There you go. Free UFC bet. Just put a little tip out there. So if anyone's watching Bare Knuckle, put him in a parlay. Carson, 30 minutes.
He's a monster.
We got High Voltage asking, anyone else think that Dudakova, I'm guessing she didn't look good on the scale, over 0.6 pounds, depleted herself to max and still didn't make it and might be drained? I mean, it's possible.
She get an extra 10 hours though over there to recoup up.
Okay. I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
It's always possible. It just sucks because you just never know.
You'd rather she missed by 4 pounds for sure. You know,
She should have cut her hair. I don't know why that never. I mean, but she's smelled.
So there's a couple guys that did it. Son of a gun. Now I can't remember, but
Jamal Emmers just did it. Jamal Emmers cut his dreads off. I'm pretty sure he had something up there, and somebody else.
He's the guy that tapped out Suma Derji. God,
Matt Schnell. Matt Schnell did it.
Matt Schnell. Yeah. He didn't even have that long hair, and I feel like he shaved his head a couple fights back.
Yep.
Killa said, "Fight to start round 2." I like that in the parlay for sure. See, we got Big Money NJ. What is up? What's up, brothers? Early morning MMA is fantastic. 10 a.m. on the East Coast, 9 a.m. on the Central Time. I'm gonna wake up, have some coffee, put a little bit of bourbon in there. It's gonna be
what I was gonna say.
Got to put something in there, right?
Waiting for that.
Appreciate you coming out, Big Money, as always, man.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
see. Frey always looks mean. Yeah, for sure. Frey always looks mean. You would think she'd be hungry for a win. She always looks mean, but then when she gets in there, she's just like low volume, doesn't do anything really. Pushes up against the cage.
Getting hit.
Yeah, and she gasses with low volume. Like grappling exchanges kill her too.
Yep.
She beat, like she's a good fighter, but she's bad front fight.
Lopez is an underdog against Pat Sabatini.
Just a little. It's like minus 135 plus 115, but that's a tough one. I can't wait to do
a tough one.
On that. I can't wait to do tape.
Tough one.
I kind of forgot about that fight.
Out, but on the ground, he can.
And I mean, Pat's clearly the better wrestler and going to be winning the minutes, so that's kind of tricky. Right. I already wanted to bet a Lopez at like plus 130. He was there at some point, but I might be looking at his finish prop only or something. Because like if he goes to a decision, he's going to lose.
That's a good look. That's a good look.
Yeah.
See, TFC said
you may be the under on that fight. Them dudes are going to be going.
I don't know. Like Sabatini might just do control or position over, submission and just control them on the mat.
Yeah,
I don't know if he can't.
You can't control minutes. Yeah, he's not a dude that just lays there though.
But he's a big dude. He's going to be so much bigger than Pat too.
It's going to be such a good fight.
I mean,
which one's that on? Which UFC?
Not the next one.
Like it's a pay-per-view, right? Or
I can't remember.
I think it's on 295. Yeah, it's 295, guys.
It's gonna be a good card. We got some good UFCs coming up, boys and girls.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Free. What books does has Bare Knuckle?
So like DraftKings has it, and BetMGM normally does, and then of course like Bet Online, Bovada, those international books do. But if you're
BetMGM's fighting.
If you have DraftKings and it doesn't offer BKFC, you should be lighting up support. They're the official sports book of BKFC, and like New York doesn't offer BKFC. It's ridiculous.
Wow,
crazy.
And if they try giving you some shit about like state by state regulations, let them know that it is absurd that they even suggest that there's some New York law that says DraftKings can't do bare knuckle boxing on fucking sports betting. It's like absurd.
Can't do it on Friday nights.
Yes,
it's absurd to suggest. We got to bust the balls of the sports books and like blow up their support every Saturday, so they'll stop just being lazy. They're just lazy. They don't have time on NFL, and I get it. We got to blow up support because they're just lazy. That's all there is to it.
True. That.
Marcus in here said Frey had some close decisions. Never bet women's MMA. I mean, there's certain fights you probably should just stay away for sure. I agree with you, Marcus. So 295 it's going to be on that fight.
Nice. I can't wait.
What up, Luke? He's in the house. Appreciate you coming out, Luke, as always. Marcus said, shout out to the GOAT. Free UFC bet picks. Give me that expert graphic, baby.
That's a good graphics.
My guy. That's so funny.
That's right. Diego is way taller than Pat. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but Almeida was way taller than Pat, right?
I feel like Pat has better cardio, though.
Oh, I mean, he's clearly the better strike, the better wrestler, my bad, and he's going to be winning the minutes, in my opinion. It's not close.
The big talent
is that he can somehow die on the feet and get caught because his chin's not good. So, I mean, Lopez definitely live to finish him, but if he doesn't, I think he'll lose. So, I think the way to play it is probably with the props, but we'll see what they line up at.
Mortal Mind said, "What's y'all moneymaker parlay lineup?"
There's a lot of options. A
There's
lot
a
of
lot.
options.
Yeah. Four most confident picks. Man, that's a lot. I'll say Chimaev, Wood, Basharat, and Ikram. Like I could probably say 2 or 3 more, but those are just the top of my head.
My super chalky parlay is Ali Askarov, Dudikova, the BKFC fighter, Chuck Carson, and then the Javid Victor fight to start round 2, and Islam Volk to start round 2. And those 5 legs are plus 114, and I'm heavy as hell on it.
Love it. All of it hit. We got in baseball, Johnny. I think the Rangers will end up winning the series, and I also think the Phillies will, and that'll be with the World Series. I'm not really following it at the moment, but those teams are on fire right now, and you got to go with the hot teams for sure. But we'll move on to the next one here. We're gonna do Nathaniel Wood versus Muhammad Naimov, and I believe it's free. I'll let you start this one off.
Sounds good. Nathaniel Wood, he's a mainstay. We all know him. He's just like a guy that you like. We all know how talented he is, right? But it's easy to forget how he's been getting rocked a lot. We know he's undersized, right? We know he's been coming up in weight. So you can say, oh, those cardio issues and those chin issues back in the day, they were just because he was cutting too much weight. His last couple fights, he's 3-0 at featherweight, but Andre Philly was popping his ass. Like, he's been getting hurt. So it's a little scary, right? But I am really confident in him because I really don't think Naimov's very good. I think the Jamie Malarkey fight was just like a terrible job by Malarkey going in. And if you could find me a worse entry, I will literally send you $50 on Cash App. It's the worst entry I've ever seen. He was winning. He had Naimov backpacked. He was putting 1-2s on him. And then when he got knocked out by Naimov, he literally kind of faked a takedown, put his hands behind his back. I'm not even kidding. He put his hands.
Kind of lagged out. That was weird. He kind of lagged out. Like he's stuck right there. I don't know what was going on.
It's the worst entry I've ever seen. And I watched some low-level shit taping DWCS and PFL. I watched some bad fights. And this is the worst entry I can literally recall. So I don't give Naimov too much credit. He's a little bigger here, and we know Nathaniel Wood's got his concerns, but I've got Wood in some parlays, not like crazy.
Right on. Cody, who do you like?
Yeah, I like Wood here. I watched Naimov stuff.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. This guy, he's been waiting all week for that.
I did. I was waiting. I'm like, come on, say it.
Yeah, man. I like Nathaniel to get his hand raised here because I watched Naimov stuff and I'm just not really that impressed with him. Even on the regional scene, he's got pretty good strike. I mean, he's got power striking. He doesn't throw combinations. He's usually backing up against the cage like what dudes could, just like he was. He was against the cage when Malarkey did the freeze move he talked about when he got knocked out. But other than that, I've seen him get out grappled before. I've seen him getting taken down. Like Colin Anglin took him down, beat him up. I've seen him gas out. I think Wood's going to be better everywhere. Wood's got so much. He's going to be way faster. He's going to be way more technical. These guys were actually the same height when they did the face-off. Like maybe Naimov was like a half an inch taller, it looked like. And he's supposed to be 3 inches taller. Which, dude, them things are always so off. Like Tapology. I was doing tape breakdown for this Cow freaking Fernandez dude against Mark Diacasi, and they said that dude's 5'9". He's 6 foot tall. And there's a bunch of videos. It just says 6 foot, but these dudes were the same size. I like Wood. I like motherfucker. Now you got me.
I didn't say
this guy.
You said it. I didn't.
But I just think that he's going to be more technical. He's going to be faster. He throws excellent combinations going from the body up to the head. Throws excellent leg kicks. So if Naimov does his stuff where he's just backing up against the cage, I think that Wood can just stand there, hit him with leg kicks, make him come forward. And he's got good timing on his takedowns. Like the fight with Jourdain to me is way more dangerous than Naimov. He's dangerous on the ground. He's dangerous standing. And Wood beat him all 3 rounds for pretty much the whole time of that fight. He's tough. He's durable. Yeah, he got rocked by Feely, but the stuff that Feely's bringing is way different than what Naimov's bringing. Naimov does have some spinning shit, and then he's got a powerful right hand. And he'll throw some decent power leg kicks, but Feely's throwing crazy head kicks and he's moving and he's doing a lot of different stuff, a lot of different reads he's giving you. So I don't know. I think Nathaniel gets this fight done. I think that he mixes in everything and gets a decision. And especially I think that he can use his gas tank to beat Naimov here. Naimov slowed down so bad against Colin Anglin and just took a beating, and that was in like a round and a half. So Wood's going to push more of a pace than that. I think he's just going to dominate him as long as he don't get caught with nothing big.
Right on. You like Wood?
For me, my bad. I was looking at something else.
No,
because I love it.
I was talking to Cody. I was talking to Cody.
Because I love it.
Dravhy, you're up, man. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Wood have I think he has him covered pretty much everywhere. Expect maybe like pure power, and I guess probably size. We can say that, but like Cody just said in the face-off, I was thinking the size difference will be like bigger than that. So. I don't think that he looks much bigger. I think that's something to mention because I think everybody that bet Naimov was like he's gonna be much bigger and stuff like that. But I mean he's bigger for sure, but not like something crazy. And I mean he hit harder, but except that, what is he doing better? I mean Wood's gonna be way faster than him. He's gonna have way more volume than him. He fought way better competition. And dude, the grappling upside is wide. Like I know Wood's not grappling heavy recently, but dude, man, if you watch Naimov tape, even on the regional, like when his takedown defense is trash, but when he gets taken down, man, he gives up his back, and I think his grappling is very, very bad, and I think that Wood grappling is pretty slick. So that's a part that's something to look for. Because if he wants, I think he can submit him. I'm very confident in that. And also the cardio of Wood is way better than Naimov. Like I know Naimov has been looking better cardio-wise recently in his last fight on the regional, but before that, if you go a little bit deeper, you can see that he slowed down massively, and then he get hurt in some fight. He's tough, he's hard to finish, but Wood's gonna bring something that he didn't see recently, like pace, volume, cardio, grappling, like everything together. And I mean, his chin's a little bit. His chin is definitely a concern, but I don't think he's that bad. And we have seen him get hurt and then still win the fight, So I have a lot of action on this fight. I did play Wood in a parlay at like minus 300, but I also played the under 2.5 when it was like plus 200, just because I feel like there's submission upside from Wood, KO upside from Wood, especially as the fight goes on, and there's also KO upside from Naiva, but I think he's KO or bust. But the KO was like plus 650, so I did sprinkle on that also. I think the fight finished at a high clip, personally. I know if you look on Tapology, Wood has been to a lot of decision lately, but if you look like Charles Jourdain and Andrew Philly, they're both very durable, both very high-level fighter, in my opinion, in this division. But then that's a step down in competition for Wood, and I don't think Naiva is really good. So I think Wood's going to finish him as the fight goes on. I think Naivov's going to slow down a lot in the third round, and Wood's going to be able to capitalize.
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. I'm on the Wood train. If you want to, I think he's going to win this fight. I think his striking is way better. Like it's going to be way slicker. He's got cleaner combos. He can get in the dirty boxing range, and then he has very good dirty boxing once he gets in there. He can mix in some takedowns and wrestling, good top control. He's just going to be too quick on the feet. And I mean, could he potentially get dropped? Yeah, we've seen him get dropped a couple times, but Feely, like he was a bigger guy, quicker guy, very good striking as well with good power. Like Naimov doesn't have that technical striking as Feely did. So I get it, but like Wood's gonna have way better striking here. It's night and day. And I could see like a third round finish too. Like I think it's gonna take some time, and not like a first round finish or anything like that. But Naimov can start slowing down, get picked apart a little bit here and there. And third round decision prop for Wood looks good too. You can put Wood in the parlay. All that stuff. I'm pretty high that Wood wins this fight for sure.
One of the things I look at is the exact method submission props on BetMGM. I don't force them. I've only done a few this year, but I've hit like a couple this year. The Naimov leaves himself open for guillotine. I think you guys mentioned he kind of gives up his back when he's getting up. I've noticed that he just like sticks his head into the armpit when he's getting up too. I wish you could look at Nathaniel Wood's record and see a bunch of guillotines, but he doesn't have a bunch. I think he's live to snatch one up here. It might be like plus
what's that
500 or something wild. Because
wild.
I think Naimov's just really lazy and susceptible to chokes when he gets up for sure. You guys called it out.
Yeah, Wood has a good rear naked choke also. Like he's good at taking the back. He has not do it like he didn't do it like recently, but I mean he did grapple Fili a little bit, but Fili was like he reversed him and then he was a little bit stronger on the ground. But Naimov, I think he has nothing for him on the ground, if I'm being honest. So
yeah, I mean, if you like round three, just taking Wood round 3 to win is plus 1100.
That's crazy. It's crazy
just by any method.
I like that over 2.5. Because Naimov's never been finished. He's pretty tough. I've seen him drop, like you said, by that stick dick dude or whatever his name is, that Dagestani dude. Yeah. That was a pretty good fight. But yeah, I think that dude's pretty durable. And like Wood ain't really a finisher. Like he's finished the lower level dudes in the UFC, but we'll see. And then we got to also see what this cut down to 145 would do for Naimov. Is that where Colin Anglin fights at, or did they fight at 155 on Contender Series? So I thought Anglin's fought Mirsad Beck, or what's the gun dude's name? And that dude's that dude's 155, right? Or
they fought at 145, yeah. And
okay.
I mean, Colin Anglin, since that fight, like he lost to Melzik and then he got cut. I know he fought Woodson and then got cut.
And then he lost 2 more.
He lost 2 fights on the original against a 5-2 guy and a 9-5 guy. And he beat Naimov, like he beat his ass, in my opinion. Like as the fight goes on, he was like, the finish was there, in my opinion. Like if you put Wood in this fight, you finish this guy. I'm pretty confident in that. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a good fight though.
Let's go.
Let's go through. Let's get some shout outs here. We got pork chops and applesauce. Love the name. He said we love that. Can't wait to hammer your dogs. There you go. Let's see. We had Fireside, our guy. Thanks for coming out as always. We got Fight Talk Only. What is up? My heart is warm. Good to see you guys sharing the game. I hope nothing but green for all you guys. Definitely check out Fight Talk Only on Twitter. He puts out good stuff each week. He collaborates with all the MMA cappers and he gets all their opinions and who they pick and why and what their favorite bet is. So definitely check him out on Twitter. He does that each and every week, and that's awesome. I love it. Good stuff, like I said. Let's see what we got. And we also have Triple C in the house. Chronic Combat Conversations. What is up, guys? Oh, man, this is fire. Appreciate you coming out, as always. And let's see what we got here. We got Johnny Newquist.
Johnny.
Sponsoring the show with a $10 donation. What is up, Johnny New? Who gets to finish on the main card, guys? I'm going to say Chimaev. Who do you think? Anybody?
Trying to think who's on the damn main card. I don't really think. Dude, it's weird. I don't.
Aliskerov round.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Round 2 sub plus 600.
Who you like, Dravhy?
Magomedov submission.
Possibility. Possibility. I hope not.
Third round, maybe. Let's do third round.
Over 2.5. Yeah, sub them all day. But,
yeah, I know. Yeah, like, over, right. I mean, Gafrov is in bad position at some point. I'm pretty sure. So if you
I get it.
That's good. But man, his head's gonna be in a bad position at some point.
I know. Sure. I'm hoping he doesn't do that until maybe the second or third round.
I don't think Saeed's a finisher like that. Kakramanov, he kind of gassed out when he got choked.
He didn't gas out, bro. He got like he was spanning his neck. He was spanning his neck with guillotine.
Right, but he was starting to slow down. But like Muin's probably not going to grapple like that nonstop. Like he can strike too. He can take a shot. Never been neither dudes.
I personally think it's going to be a club and sub. I think he can hurt him on the feet with like a kick or something. And then he's gonna try, like he's very tough in a way. I don't think Saeed's gonna knock him out, if I can say that. But if he get hurt, he's not gonna want to like get finished. He's gonna shoot for a takedown, and then the sub's gonna be there. That's how I see it personally.
Yeah, we'll get there. I do think Saeed's sub is a sneaky prop here, and I'm kind of worried, but I hope it's in the third round. Next fight, moving on up here, is gonna be Jubilee versus Breeden. Cody, please start this one off for us.
Yeah, man. This line was crazy off, in my opinion. Watch Jubilee, decent striking and decent grappling, but he's not like a great striker and he's not a great grappler. Like he got out grappled in the fight before he fought Jenka Sergey, and then against Jenka Sergey, who has no grappling, he out grappled him. He's a Muay Thai striker, and both them guys were a lot smaller than him too in them fights. And like the one dude, Kim, he's like not bad, but he wouldn't be in the UFC winning any fights or anything. But he's got decent boxing, good right hand, but he's not like crazy powerful, and he just throws like decent volume. Then Mike Breeden. He's 0-3 in the UFC. He's been knocked out 2 times in like under a minute and a half, right? And that was by Alexander Hernandez and Terrence McKinney. And that happens. Them are 2 of the probably top 5 explosive dudes in the lightweight division. And I think that would happen to freaking Jubilee too with them boys, to be honest. But when he fought Natan Levy, who, like, if I watch tape, man, I feel like Natan Levy's a lot better, like better than Jubilee, like is striking everything he does to me. And he's just more proven. And I thought Mike Breeden won that fight. Like, if you watch that fight, Mike Breeden was -120 going into the 3rd round on live betting, and then he dominated the 3rd round. And then if you go watch the 3rd round of well, first off too, and when Mike Breeden fought Natan Levy had in the first like 2 rounds had 6 takedowns with 30 seconds of control. Like, every time he would take down Mike Breeden hopped right back up, and then Mike Breeden had 3 takedowns of his own. Mike Breeden landed like 106 significant strikes to like 90 something on Natan Levy. And Natan Levy's pretty good. Like, he's way more proven to me. So Jubilee's not no, I don't think he's actually got a real knockout, just like a standing knockout. Like, most of his stuff's ground and pound, like he did to Sergey. And then he's fought low level of competition. So I don't think he's going to knock Breeden out in the first minute. So from there, I think we're going to have like a dog fight, because Breeden is a dog. Like, he's got excellent gas. If you go watch the 3rd round of the Levy fight, like, he's a dog. And then if you go watch the 3rd round of Jubilee versus the Kim dude on the road to whatever that shit was called, he's gassed out. He was coming out of his corner in the 2nd round, and they're like telling him, "You're the lion," and he just looked defeated. And he came out and he got his butt kicked in the 3rd round, and then got a split decision win. So I don't think Mike Breeden's as bad as he, like, getting knocked out by McKinney and them. So I bet Mike Breeden at +310. I put 1.5 units to win 4.65, and like, the lines came way down, and I just need to see more out of Jubilee before he's -400 over anybody.
Yep.
So and if Breeden can land 106 significant strikes on Jubilee, why can't, or on a Levy, why can't he land it on Jubilee? And if, like, I think his grappling's better, Levy's is, than Jubilee. So if Jubilee keeps trying to take him down, I think he's just going to wear himself out, because Breeden's got a good get-up game. He's like Bill Algeo. He puts the arms in, don't let him sink the hooks, and just stands up. And he's a big dude. That's another thing. He's a lot bigger than these dudes Jubilee's been fighting. So that's what I got from tape.
Right on. I'll go ahead and go next. Why not? This is one fight I'm just staying away. I need to see more from Jubilee, but I mean, he's well-rounded, but he's just not really amazing anywhere yet in his career. I know he's kind of young and not like super young or anything, but he's still working on the MMA and all that good stuff. And we've seen enough of Breeden. Like, we know what you're going to get from Breeden. It's a solid striking, good volume. He's fought killers in the UFC, unfortunately, except Levy. And I mean, this is a good, stepping stone for him and see where he's at currently. But I just think Jubilee has that grappling wrestling's upside a little bit, to where I think he can mix in the takedowns at least, and maybe win control time that way. I do think this fight goes to decision. Would it shock me now with the weight miss? Maybe Breeden slows down. Maybe he's harder to take down. Like, now it changes everything now. So I'm glad I stayed away. The line came way down on Jubilee when I did my breakdowns. I think he was at minus like 450, and now he's at like minus 270. It's crazy. So staying away. I'm still gonna pick Jubilee here, because I don't change my picks from when I do it earlier in the week. But I'm not confident. Like, I'm just not confident anywhere. Like, over unders. It's literally, for betting perspective, like, it's dog or pass. That's what I would do. What do you like here, Free?
Yeah, you guys made all the great points. I think it's kind of stinks, because like, I'm going to end up picking Breeden, and if I officially pick an underdog, I essentially have to bet him. It makes no sense to me when people pick an underdog but don't bet him. I'm like, you think this guy's going to win, and he's plus money? Like, what's wrong? Like, so I always bet all my underdogs in one way or another, whether we're
like it.
Out, like, and I'm like, son of a gun, I'm going to get the worst value in the entire world on Breeden, because everyone's already bet him at better numbers, but he's not as bad as people think. If you just wicket cap him, and he does have some durability concerns. He was looking good against Alexander Hernandez, and then Hernandez caught him coming out of the clinch, like, just kind of exiting the clinch with the hook type overhand. McKinney knocks everyone out. Like, the 3 guys that have beat Breeden in the UFC, they would all beat Jubilee for sure, right? McKinney would wreck Jubilee round 1, and Hernandez probably knocks him out, and Levy probably wrestles him to a decision, right? That being said, like, the Nick Compton fight, 4 fights back, he almost armbarred Breeden. Like Breeden's had some sticky bad moments against the low level guys too, but Jubilee's just not that great. Full transparency, I picked Jeka Sergui against him because I watched Jubilee and I didn't think he was that great, and he was actually pretty susceptible to kicks in that road to UFC finale fight, but just Sergui has no wrestling defense at all and just got dumped every time, right? So I think it's going to be a close fight. It's JV shit. Shouldn't bet on it.
I love that.
Oh, I said I got perfect timing, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you're good. Perfect. The Dravhy started up, man.
Yeah, that's a fight I don't have a good read on the card. I mean, like I said, it's my biggest card of the year. I have a crazy amount of money on this card, but that's a fight I'm just looking at, and I just don't have a good read on it. So in this case, it's just better to pass. But it's probably Breeden a pass as far as the money line goes. But I think when he was plus 300 or something, that was tempting. But at these odds, I don't like it at all. And yeah, I think Jubilee's gonna win. But I think he's gonna win a decision. And I think the fight's gonna be closer than the lines indicate. I know everybody's on like the under and like everybody's on Breeden, right? I don't hate it. I think as the fight goes on, it can get very tricky for Jubilee. I don't think his cardio is very good, and he's not a good fighter, and we don't really know about Jubilee's ceiling yet. So I think we play a little bit with the unknowns here because Breeden has been smashed in the first round by McKinney and Hernandez, but can we really take too much into that? Not really. And then you look at the Levy fight and you look kind of good in this fight. So, and I was thinking about parlay Jubilee before watching tape, just on paper, because I remember he looked good against Jeka, but then I watched back the Kim fight. And I'm like, oh, okay, no, I'm not betting this guy because like his striking defense is not good, and he gets tagged up in the pocket a lot. And Breeden's not that good, but he can touch him up in the pocket, in my opinion. Jubilee has a very good chin, though. I'll say that. But he's very open to leg kicks also. And yeah, he has wrestling, grappling upside in this fight. But like Cody said, he doesn't give up too much control time. What I don't like, though, is that when he gives up his back, and maybe Jubilee can capitalize on that. I don't really know. I'm going to pick him to win. I think he wins a decision, but that's a low confidence spot for me.
Right on. Got Palm Atlantic. What is up here? Just reach you guys. Let's get this back. Appreciate you coming out as always. Yeah, you got Kendall in here. What is up, Kendall? He said, what wild props this week? Free UFC bets. You want to give us a wild prop you got? Or you know?
Got a couple coming up. Victor Henry.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. All right.
Derek knows
like dog or pass. I agree, man. Reading round 3 is 2,000. That could happen.
It's a pace,
He's sketchy about the weight now. Now you do another curveball at me. Like, is he gonna gas out? Like, who knows?
I feel like it can't really hurt you unless he's hurt. You know what I mean? Otherwise, like maybe he's just like fighting for his job. Like, oh well, I'll lose some of my purse, but I'm gonna get a new, but maybe not get a new contract. I don't like when people miss weight. I'd rather make weight, fight, see who's the better man.
We got Nick in the house. What's up, Nick? Is it good evening, gentlemen? Best of luck to all. Appreciate you coming out, Nick, as always. And good luck to you as well on your bets. Jumbo said he's got a unit on Breeden. Jubilee is garbage, and people will see tomorrow.
Let's go. Okay. That's what I'm like. I think
your style.
Think he's like a great wrestler because he out wrestled Jenka Sergey, but you got to understand he had no. I think that dude had only trained Muay Thai his whole career, right? And then and then he comes in and out wrestles him, but he got out wrestled the match before by like another Asian dude that's not going to have as good wrestling as Breeden. It's wild to me. So like he's not like he looked like Khabib Nurmagomedov in his last fight. He looked like he's like just a savage, but I swear that's not how it's going to play. It's going to be on the feet, and he's good. I'm not saying Jubilee's not good because he's like tough too. Like he wants to get mean and be tough, but I just think that line was crazy.
Yeah. Dumas fight's coming up right next. What's up, Kiwi? Sure. What's up, man? Yeah, I like it. Honestly, I think
I just want to say I look at the Henry props, and I know I'm pretty sure I know the one you're on. I didn't see it at first, but now I know it's a wide prop, and I can't wait to see if that's the one I'm thinking of.
Let's go.
Right on. If I can start round 2. All right, next one here we got is gonna be Cedric Dumas versus Abu Zaitar. Dravhy, start this one off for us.
Yeah, I did play some Dumas early, minus 175. I think under -200 it was a good spot. But at this number, it's like what, -250, -275. I think it's clearly a pass. It's darker pass at this point. But at like 65 in play, I think that was a good bet. He's just bigger. He has been way more active. You can see as Aitor, he has like no fights, 2 fights in the last 5 years, I think. And he has cardio issues. So Dumas is not very good, but he has like more weapons, in my opinion. He has a pretty big grappling upside, grappling advantage in this fight. I think he has a bit of cardio. I think he's better at distance. And he's also way younger, and he wants this more, in my opinion. Like, as Aitor is here for fun. Like, he wants to fight for fun. He has a lot of money already. He doesn't need that. He's for sure he's the hometown fighter, but I mean, he doesn't need fighting. He do this as a part-time job. And the last time he fought was a couple years ago. He got finished in the 3rd round, and then he gassed out a lot. And yeah, I mean, like I said, his cardio was not good, but now he's older, inactive. I think he's gonna gas, and Dumas probably gonna finish him late. But it can be a decision also. But like I said, the grappling advantage is kind of wide, in my opinion, if Dumas use it. I know the Brundage fight was a bad look for him, but he still did what he needed to do. So I think now it's showtime for him.
Right on. Free. Who do you like here?
On Cedric, but gosh, is it sketchy? Like, he's so back and forth. I was heavy on Panaz on Contender Series because I thought it'd be a striking match, and Panaz I thought was way better. Cedric caught him. Then he's a big favorite against Fremd, who is huge and a way better wrestler. We thankfully picked Fremd at +185. We just keep fading Cedric, and we've only been right once, because last time we were on Dumas, right? Or Durden, Cody. What is it? Cody Brundage. Apologies.
Wrong Cody, but you're good.
Yeah. It's easy to say that Cody Brundage lost that fight by pulling guillotine all the time. That's only true for like the first situation. Early in the fight, Brundage took him down, took mount, and like went for like a mounted guillotine and lost position. Beyond that, Cedric deserved to win the grappling exchanges. You can go back to like 1 minute left in round 1, and you'll see that SD was actually the better grappler in those exchanges. So I think it's a little overstated that, Brundage just lost that fight. So I think Dumas is improving. I think his scrambles are okay. I think his striking is okay. I think he's going to win. Last thing I got to say, this is just good advice for a lot of you. Some of you need to legit delete your sportsbook apps right now and unfollow. And I hope nobody catches a stray here. I give you guys enough credit. I'm sure you're not about to catch a stray here. I can't tell you how many cappers I heard this week confusing Otman Azaitar and Abu Azaitar, talking about Abu Azaitar as the bad guy. Abu Azaitar got kicked out of Abu Dhabi because he had his buddy scaling a wall to bring him back. That's Otman Azaitar, folks. And if you're following, paying for, listening to, watching, smelling, like any of the senses, if you're following anybody who's confusing Abu and Otman Azaitar, you should unfollow them and delete all your shit.
I agree. Blood Money. Who do you like?
Yeah, my biggest regret of this whole card, and I'm mad, and I almost even forgot when I was there, but is that I did not bet Abu Azaitar at +$200. He's going to beat up Cedric Dumas. Cedric Dumas is not a real fighter, guys. I'm sorry, but he's not a real fighter. He got beat down by Josh Fremd. His whole game plan fell apart after 2 minutes, right? Of like his striking didn't work. Fremd started backing him up. Then he started getting thrown around the cage. But like, he's not good. And then just a couple months later, which how much improvement could he got? He stayed at the same little camp. He fights Cody Brundage on Cody Brundage on 3 days notice or whatever. Kept pulling it, but like they stayed in the guard. They landed like 20 total punches the whole fight, right? Dude, Abu Azaitar, okay, he's 37 years old, right? He just, so it seems like he's old. Well, he hasn't fought in 2.5 years, but he was almost 35 last time he fought. Marc-Andre Barriault. Marc-Andre Barriault's a savage. How quick would Marc-Andre Barriault melt Cedric Dumas? Like, honestly, like how quick? Even the one for 2.5 years ago. Right. Like Julian Marquez to me would beat up Dumas. But anyways, he landed 100 and something significant strikes with Marc-Andre Barriault. He got finished with 4 seconds left in the 3rd round. And I thought he could have won the first 2 rounds before that. And then he came out and put the pace on Andre Barriault. I think that he's so much better of a fighter. I think he's got a way better clinch. I think that he can survive the striking and land his own good striking. He doesn't have bad cardio either. If you actually go look back, because a lot of people look like they got bad cardio against Marc-Andre Barriault, but if you go look back, his 3 previous wins were decisions. So he's got cardio. He's a tough dude. He's well-rounded, and I just don't think Cedric Dumas is like legit like good anywhere. Like he's got that long, powerful striking, but I think like once that don't work and he doesn't get the knockout real quick, and people are hitting him back, dude, that Frem loss was bad. Like, I swear I would take Jamie Pickett over SD Dumas. And I said I would never take him over anybody. I think Jamie Pickett, because Jamie Pickett almost beat Josh Frem. You know what I mean? And Frem was literally destroyed Dumas. So,
yeah, but all those guys we're talking about should be a big favorite over Abu Zaita, who's 37 and hasn't fought in years and, like, doesn't have a good win on his record.
That's true. And Cody, let me ask you a question. Don't you think Dumas the better grappler here?
No, not with after what Josh he didn't take Cody Brundage down. Like Cody Brundage kept pulling guillotine. He took Cody Brundage took him down like twice, but like Cody, we seen he quits and he was on like 3 days notice, and then like he kept pulling guillotine. Then Cedric Dumas just stayed in the guard. He landed like 18 punches the whole fight. Like I don't see where that makes him look good. And Abu's tough, dude. Like Abu's a good fighter. Like he's like that fight with Marc-Andre Barriault. If he can bring 90% of that fight, he's beaten up. And he was already 35 when he did that. So I don't think Cedric Dumas is like.
And I mean, do you think
he's got a little quit in him too? Like how him and Trevor Peeks about the same, because they're like crazy street fighters that are tough and they're trying to get better, but like Trevor Peek don't have no quit in him. Even when
doesn't know what that means.
Like, yeah, like Cedric Dumas, as soon as Frem just started getting it, like Frem took the back, he choked him out with like a weird little choke. I don't know. I have a feeling he's not like UFC level at all.
Yeah, and I mean, just to be fair, that was his UFC debut, and that was not a fight he was supposed to take. Like he was training,
right.
Full training camp to fight, Azaitar, and then he switched up against a guy that is taller than him and a better grappler than him, and he was not preparing. So that was a quick turnaround for him. He talked about it in an interview. He said that he was not ready for that, and also how many times we see a guy shit the bed in his UFC debut and then go on a run or something. If you just think about Zell Huber, for example, he shit the bed in his debut. He looked terrible. And then I think he looks all right in the Brundage fight. I don't think we can discredit him that much. Yeah, he didn't push for the finish, and when the finish was there, but at the same time, if Brundage just keep fighting like a dumbass, like, I mean, I think he did what he needed to do here, but like, just, I mean, he's 28 years old. Like, who's more likely to make improvement? And I don't think, like, if you think the Azaitar is going to look like similar to the way he looks 2 years ago, I don't think he will. Like, at 37 years old, after being inactive like that, I mean, Dumas has like 10 times the fights that he has in the last 3 or 4 years, and he's taking it seriously. Is they're more likely to improve the two? But I understand that he's not a very good fighter, and it's hard to trust him, especially at chalk. Like, I completely agree with that, but I also don't think Azaitar is a good fighter. Difference is he's 37 years old. He's much smaller, and then he doesn't fight for a living, you know. So yeah.
Right. Do you like they're over in Abu Dhabi, and he's coming back to fight, and he's probably on some stuff. He looked like he was in great shape, and I just don't think they're flying Cedric Dumas over there to beat up like one of their dudes. That's like their dude.
I mean, to be honest, sometimes the narrative is important,
and I don't usually go on that, but
in this matchup, I'm like, do they really care about a 37 Azaitar that has two fights in the UFC in the last 5 years to win a fight?
I think them dudes.
The prospect they want to build. This guy is a guy who they owe a contract like fight to, and
I think they
area.
I think they let them Azaitar dudes pick their opponents. I think that's what they do. Like, honestly,
I mean, it's
every
possible.
fight.
That's true. It's possible because like he's in some weird things. That's for sure. Like he has a shit ton of money and all that. But I don't think like he's taking this seriously, and he's probably thinking, oh, I'm just gonna go here in there for a free win. And then what happened in the first round when he started gas? Like I mean that Dumas is clearly the better striker at range. I think he has grappling upside. He's much younger, and I think he has the better gas tank. That's why I think he's the side. I know we don't agree. That's
I love it. Me and Dravhy did a show the other day. It was I love when like we don't and be respectful and just disagree, because you hate when people are just like, well, you're right. Yeah, we'll both bet. Like, That's what our show on Thursday is called. What? Defend your
units.
So that's what it is. You got to do.
Well, hear me out.
Let's hear.
I have my money on Dumas, and he can't even back up his guy.
You gotta defend.
At the end of the day, and he can't even back up his guy at plus 200. So yeah,
dude,
I'm just kidding.
I put it in my Patreon, and I'm mad. I'm mad at myself. I'm telling you, that's dude.
Listen.
You have a good read on the fight, so yeah, plus 200 it should be a bet.
This is a hot fight. This is what they came.
Love it.
This is what they're
for. Yes, let's. What
I'm
you
on
got?
the Abu train, guys. I'm on the Abu train.
Let's go.
You know why? Because I don't trust it. Everything that you guys said. I just don't trust Dumas at all.
Nobody trusts him. I mean that's.
But I think this is the one fight though. I think that he could win this fight. Like I'm not saying Zatar is the greatest thing in the world, but if they go in there brawling it out early on, and as Zatar can get in early and negate that range, like he does, and Dumas doesn't really use his range all that well either. It's just kind of like a weird. He's almost like his striking kind of reminds me of like an unpolished like Kevin Holland striking. It's really weird. Like he just doesn't use his range at all. He's straight punches, but like he's loopy at times. He's sloppy. It's weird. I don't know, but I'm taking a shot because literally I just don't trust Dumas, especially after the Cody Brunjes fight. I thought that was just a very, very bad look. And I know he gassed out a little bit. He tried to go for the finish and this and that, but when you have I know Cody Brunjes has quit in him 190%, and Dumas does too. He just has a little bit less quit, and that's why he won. Like that's what I think.
That was like,
but
terrible
at 200, at plus 200. Like now, I kind of want to just do a fun bet on the side. I might, probably will. Fuck it.
I want to.
At 200.
I think
I guess an untrustworthy dude.
No, you can't knock it for sure. I just so you have to think he wins a third of the time, and I don't quite see him winning a third of the time if we simulate this fight 100 times. Like he has trouble reaching guys. He's got even when he's not at a huge height and recent disadvantage, he has trouble reaching guys. He just throws looping BS punches, walking forward. Dumas doesn't need to be world beater to win this one, I don't think.
Just remember though that feeling everybody because I didn't bet that fight, but when everybody bet Dumas against Frem because he got bet up like high, and then like the feeling you had like 3 minutes in, you was like, oh fuck. You're like,
that's all I did. I was terrible.
Like you
didn't trust any of them.
Yeah, and I mean I bet him at like minus 150 or minus 130 or something, and then he closed like minus 200. I remember that, and then I'm willing to bet him again. So yeah, sometimes I just feel like we have to put our recency bias aside. Like I think people just critiquing too much for the Brundage fight. Like he still won the fight at the end of the day, and then we go on the Azaitar fight and we're like, oh yeah, but he got beat up by Marc-André, you know.
There you.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit of recency bias in my opinion. Like he lost his debut, and then everybody wrote him off, and then he had like a bad performance. But I think it's showtime for this one. He needs a big win here.
Yeah. Hey AJ,
that's true.
Hit me up on Twitter so I can send you that Twitter or send you that jersey because I was looking
AJ. What's up, AJ? He says he's late. Yeah. Do you think Duakova is hurt or something? She didn't get that cut.
I just think she's a big girl.
She tried. Sometimes your body and sometimes the doctors make you stop.
That's why I'm glad she gets that extra 10 hours though. In Abu Dhabi, they get a little extra time over there. That Islam rule.
We got MMA Propaholic in the house. What is up, Prop? Definitely check out Prop on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all that good stuff. He's the guy.
I can't wait to get him back on the show. We'll get him on this next 3-week stretch coming up after this shutdown.
Yes, sir.
He is a sharp MF.
There you go. Yeah. So we got Basharat versus Victor Henry. Dravhy, you start this one off for us too.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of exposure on this fight myself. I have a lot of money on the over, and I have the over at like minus 255, and I also play the fight go the distance at minus 225. But I also did parlay Basharat at minus 450. And the reason being, if anyone were to get a finish, it's gonna be him, in my opinion. I don't see finishing outside from Henry. I think that the fight goes to a decision like 8 out of 10 time, honestly. But if someone get a finish, it's probably Basharat by sub or like a weird TKO on the ground or something. I just don't think it's likely. My only concern at first, I was thinking I'll bet Henry, to be honest. Like when I was watching tapes, And then I feel like, and that's a card like that. Like some of the dogs might have some value or a little bit of value. Like I think in this case, Henry plus 450 or something is definitely the side. But I think Basha at minus 450, I think that was a decent parlay piece. And then I have the over and the fight go the distance to cover my ass, because like if Henry wins, it's gonna be a decision. But man, a prop that didn't make sense to be on this one was the Henry plus 3.5. Like I said, again, it's gonna go to a decision at a pretty high clip in my opinion. And then I think Henry he's good, man. I don't think he's a bum. Like they line him like he's a bum, but I think he can win a round. He has a lot of volume and he's a decent striker. The plus 3.5, I got it at was plus 180. I know the line's not the same now, but like I think he can win a round possibly. If not, like I mean, I have Bashrat, so if he finish, I'm gonna cover that. But I also have the over in the good distance. So best case scenario, Bashrat win a 29-28 decision, and I'm gonna make a shit ton of money. But if he wins a decision 30-27, I'm gonna be happy with that. And then I think I know your prop. I think I know what it is, but I'm gonna let you go first if you're next, of course.
Yeah, go ahead, Free.
I gotta be. That's perfect. Yeah. So
is that plus 900?
No, it happens to be plus 2,200, and it's probably not going to hit, obviously.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, in the last 3 weeks, we hit at plus 18, plus 26, and plus 17. And we don't recommend like 20 crazy props a week for a nickel or anything. Like these are all like full unit picks. So I'm like wildly. So that's even more reason why this is definitely not going to hit. It's like the law of averages says there's zero chance this hits. But I'm on Victor Henry split decision plus 2,200. And I've got the fight to start round 2, like parlay to high heaven.
Wait, bro, excuse me. Henry by split?
Yeah.
Plus 22? Man, that's the prop I was looking at, but it's plus 900 on Bet Online.
Ooh, good Lord. Yeah, BetMGM and DraftKings both have it at plus 22.
So I was on the right prop, but man, that's a big difference. Holy cow, bro.
Yeah. And like, gosh, they're just both so good. So I'll say, like, if you break it down skill for skill, resume for resume, the only things you got to say that Bashar should be a favorite are his age, and he's a like 1 inch taller, 1 inch longer reach, maybe 2 inches taller, right? Like the younger fighter at this big of a disparity wins 2/3 of the time. Well, that's minus 200. You got to explain to me another minus 400 margin to get to this minus 600 number, and you simply cannot do it. Victor Henry's got the pace, the cardio. He's got decent skills. He's not chinny. He doesn't suck. He should not be this big of an underdog. I really think this fight goes over. I don't think either one of them has any finishing equity. So my very incredibly safe, super chalky prop is the fight to start round 2, and I need that to happen. And then one of my very few wildly risky props for a full unit, like full confidence, full bet, is a Victor Henry split.
Oh, 2,200 on DraftKings. I see it right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a crazy price, bro. And I'll say that Bashrat has some grappling upside. I think that's why he's like a bigger favorite. But like on the feet, bro, I mean, that's a good fight. That's a very good fight. Yeah. But he's better defensively also. Like, I think his footwork can be a little bit trouble for Henry, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Great range management, of course, like beautiful kicks up the middle. Like, he's talented, right? But the books just love him so much. It's so interesting. We just hit on Nate Maness as a big underdog. Like, he made Mendonca look terrible. Basharat made Mendonca look good. Basharat, that was a competitive fight. Basharat is not the
Mendoza. Look, I don't know what he was thinking that fight. That was the worst game plan ever. And whenever a fighter is going for a knee bar, it just so happens like that's the only thing they got to do, and they can't do anything else. And then they end up getting ground and pound and knockout every freaking time. And it bugs the crap out of me. It's insane. It's like they are like laser beam focused that they have to get a knee bar or else I'm going to lose. Like, and then they lose. It's crazy.
No, it's not a good move. And Maness is just so big, he was able to stay safe. Yeah.
He had the reach on him too. And like, it's an easy knockout right there because you're just raining down hammer fists.
And then I swear to God, if Javid Basharat was matched up against Nate Maness, Javid would be minus 500. Like, the books just love him. The books just love him.
He's a big
But
prospect, and you're right. Sometimes you have to go against the hype. That's one of the biggest things in MMA. So you might be into something because Henry is definitely good, and like you said, that's gonna go to a decision. So that's a big risk to play him at this kind of price tag. I understand that. That's why I also play the under and go to distance pretty heavy because if anything, I'm gonna profit even though if Henry wins a decision.
No, I love that. I love that over. And last thing I'll say, like when we were talking about Dudikova earlier, I bit my tongue, but I wanted to say Dudikova is going to look minus 500. Basharat, this is going to be a close ass fight. Like I think I trust Dudikova more than Basharat here by a mile.
I do too. Cody, who do you like?
Yeah, man. Quick breakdown. They're both good, well-rounded, good cardio. Basharat may have a little bit better fight IQ, but Basharat's just a little bigger and a little better everywhere, in my opinion, and then a little younger. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's going to be close because Victor Henry's a dog. If you want a junkyard dog, it's Victor Henry. But I mean, Basharat's a junkyard dog too, though. You know what I mean? So, because he's going to keep up with the cardio and all that. And I do agree with what Free said about how Mendoza made Basharat even afterwards was like he's a tough mofo, but like Mendoza still had that terrible game plan holding on to an E-bar and getting, and what's his name has them long reach. But I think it's going to be a great fight, and I don't hate anybody picking Victor Henry because I thought I was going to want to bet him too going into pre-tape, and it's just like I feel like Basharat's just a little bigger and a little better everywhere. You know what I mean? And he looked pretty big too today. He looked more than an inch. He looked like a couple inches bigger, taller, and stuff. So. I don't know if maybe I always look at their if one's got flip flops on, one's got shoes, but I'm pretty sure they was the same. But he looked a lot smaller. But it's gonna be a great fight though. That's for damn sure. And the over is money. Though the over is money Mayweather for sure.
Like Basharat versus Raoni Barcelos, right? Even though Barcelos getting a little older, you can't tell me the Dravhy Basharat's going to be a minus 600 over Raoni, right?
No, but they'll do it something huge, even though, like, dude, being in Nashville, I thought Raoni Barcelos beat Kyler Phillips too.
It was close.
That was a good fight.
I was sitting next to his stepdad, dude, or not his father-in-law, and like I'm like, damn, because like I thought the other dude won, and we were all kind of shocked.
Well, I think with that fight, I think it was round 2 was the closest one because Barcelos won round 3. And I thought Kyler won round 1, so it's like
he dropped Kyler though in round 2. I think it was one of the rounds.
Was it?
Dropped him. Yeah,
I thought it was.
Kai Matrix is a stud, right? These guys are studs, right? Victor Henry put it on that guy. Victor Henry put a masterclass on that guy, and he's and he's like plus 450.
Right. Victor Henry's a tough dude, man. So
the only thing about this matchup to me is that Barcelos was willing to swing with him in the pocket. Like he stayed in the middle and he swing with him in the pocket. That's what made me think that is that Basharat's going to do that? No, I mean, Basharat's going to circle, is going to use movement, footwork. So that's where it's get a little bit tricky. And then you add the fact that he's probably going to wrestle. I feel like there's definitely value on Henry, but it was that type of fight for me that like, yeah, there might be value, but at the end of the day, I think he still win the fight at a pretty high clip, So, but I don't hate the shot. I mean, let's split. You got these odds. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Chat's killing it, dude. Donnie and
Chat's on fire as always. I'm also on the Basharat train here. I mean, Victor Henry's very good though. Like this is going to be a close fight, but like Cody said, like I just think Basharat's just a little bit better. Especially, I just think grappling, especially, is better. Just striking is very close though. But I think Basharat has better fight IQ. He mixes in the takedowns very well. Got very good takedowns and good. He can negate Henry's if he's not doing good on the feet. Then he can just mix in the wrestling and grappling. I don't know if Henry can do that to Basharat. So that's where I think the upside is. I don't see a finish. Both guys have never been finished. And it's crazy that Henry hasn't been finished in like 30 fights. He's never been finished once. And another thing too, like going back to what Free said, I know Henry looked amazing against Barcelos, but then if you look at his next couple fights, like he looked completely 180 against a Sun Sao. And then Tony Gravely was able to get those takedowns pretty easily. Like it was a close fight. And I kind of thought that Gravely could have won that. It went to split, but it was very close. But I mean, Basharat looked very good against Henry, or not Henry. I'm sorry, Gravely. So it's like if you're doing MMA math, it's like one of those things. But I just think with the age, I think Basharat has more. He probably improved more. Henry is probably more than what we know, and I think he like he probably had the fight of his life against Barcelos. Like he looked amazing, and then he just fucking took a nosedive his next fight against a Sun Tzu, who's older and looked probably more washed than Henry or Barcelos is. So I'm going to go with Basharat. I think it goes over. I don't see a finish. I think the only finish would be maybe like a Basharat sub in the third round when maybe Henry is just tired of getting taken down for maybe 2 rounds. But I don't see it. I think it goes over for sure.
I don't think Basharat's going to have the grappling advantage, to be honest. Like, dude, like Victor Henry, his defense, like he stopped all the takedowns from Barcelos. Then he stopped them from Gravely. Like I bet him against Gravely. Like
took him
you
down
said,
a few times.
I don't think he had any control time. Like he would
have had to because it went to split because Gravely didn't outstrike him. I'll tell you that.
I think Gravely was having success, but he kind of gassed. Let me just check. Yeah, he landed 3 takedowns and he had 3 minutes of control time. But
so was it in the third round? I'm trying to remember because I
think it was the second.
Opposite. In the third round, he gassed.
Yeah,
so he was having success with wrestling, but the difference
Victor Henry gassed in the third round on that one. I wonder if he had to control time because like Victor slowed down back because like he pushed a crazy pace and Tony Gravely actually like he got almost stopped in the second round because he just wouldn't throw him back and then all of a sudden came back with good cardio. But yeah. It's gonna be a good fight though.
That was a good fight for sure.
I think the over on this is like the most safest bet of every bet.
That's for sure.
Because I mean,
for sure.
Neither's been finished. Victor Henry, 29 fights, never been finished. So
we got MMA Ricky, sponsor of the show.
Let's go.
Ricky, what's up, fellas? I see we got the prop goat Dravhy here. Good luck tomorrow, everyone. Good luck to you, Ricky. I know you have some killer bets as well. I saw on Twitter, so definitely good luck.
And yeah, just free. You have something on your side because the bookies don't know about how to list Henry. Like he was plus 400 against Barcelos, and then he was like minus 400 against the Sun Tzu. So they don't know shit about his odds. So I mean, I think you're clearly on the right side as if we talk value. So yeah, especially at like plus 425, that's getting very ridiculous.
Plus 2200.
No, I get the line. I get it. I get it from the betting perspective. But I'm just going with like the pick. It's like,
oh yeah, that's for sure. Like he's gonna win the fight at a high clip, that's for sure. And I think he win, but like there's some value.
It's a shot.
Line. Yeah,
for sure.
Big Money said he tried to do the plus 2200 and was only limited $13.
Oh wow!
They were hip to it too. It never told me a dollar amount limit, but it took 2 minutes. And then was like, do you want to retry? And I was like, fuck you. I'm going to DraftKings. That's how you know you're onto something.
Basharat's next open on single legs.
Henry got the catch wrestling, dude, with Josh Barnett. Catch wrestling.
Basharat definitely does not have the grappling advantage. Okay.
His grappling is very slick, man.
I think grappling's very good.
He does have good grab. I feel like, dude, like Henry's one of them dudes that moves.
But wrestling has to be Basharat. Like you can't tell me Henry has a better wrestling. I'm sorry, you can't.
No, but he just like he might get taken down. Some dudes get taken down, but they get up quick.
Oh yeah, he has good get up game, that's for sure. But like I think Basharat can let it take down, and then if he were to get on top, I think he can control him. But I think Henry he do a good job at like getting right back up when he gets taken down. I know what you're talking about, Cody.
Yeah,
but Basharat does seem to be better just everywhere.
Yeah, and like you said. Younger.
You just said Henry has better grappling, Cody.
No, I didn't. I just said that I don't think he's going to get taken down and held down.
Okay.
I'm saying like I think Basharat's got the better offense. Victor Henry doesn't like really.
I'm watching you, Cody. I'm watching you.
You better watch TV or something. You're watching me, man. You better go watch TV or something, man.
Right.
Watch me like that.
Sheesh, I got you. We got Jaden in the house. What's up, Jaden? Another sponsor of the show. Hanger show so far. Appreciate you coming out, Jaden, as always, and participating in the chat. This is what we're all about right here. Participate in the chat. Love it. This is fantastic.
On Instagram too. He's got an excellent channel, man.
Yeah. There you go. Instagram. There you go. Dravhy should change his name to Mr. Moneyline with all. That's what I'm saying.
Kill some lines.
Yeah, he does.
You, Ricky. That's what we do, right? We kill the line.
Hey, MMA. Hey, Johnny, I saw you in that picture with Islam. I don't take a.
I didn't read the bottom part. I didn't.
I appreciate you participating.
When we agree, Money comes in, baby.
Yes,
Money
sir.
comes
And Kiwi in the house with sponsoring the show as well with the $20 don't know. That plus 2,200 is a beautiful bet. It is a very good bet.
Like,
there you
that's
go,
value,
boys
man.
and girls. See, you come on the show, you're going to get some very awesome free bets. There you go. I like it a lot too. I might put a little bit of
first place I heard it on the internet.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, to be honest. Really didn't. Let's see what we got next here.
Quickly, I'm better with my round 3 props than my split decision props. I picked Vivia Rujao split decision last week. Should have been a split. Close ass fight. They give her unanimous.
Dude,
you can't trust.
I don't know how I don't know how all 3 judges gave Maya or Vivian the first round. Like, I thought that was a very, very close round. It could have went either way, but it is what it is.
You can't even trust the judges to mess up. Like, you just can't.
I know. And like, that's the thing with the plus 3.5 spreads. I have a bad like taste in my mouth because I was playing those early when they first started on DraftKings, and I always feel like one judge is always made sure, like, okay, one judge has to get a 30-27, so the plus 3.5 doesn't hit. And you're like, how? She clearly won the round, or he clearly won the round. It's just I think I don't like it. I don't like it anymore. I don't play those spreads. So. But we got a couple more fights here. We got about 60, 65 people in here. I'm going to do a giveaway in once the main card fights go. It's going to be for this shirt, if I can get it right. This shirt from Face Meat Fist. Check it out. We got the link below in the description. These guys have killer apparel. All check it out. Awesome stuff on Instagram as well. And go to their website. Check it out. We'll do that in a couple more fights here. So stick around.
Nice.
All right, next one here is going to be Muhammad Yahya versus Trevor Peek. And I know Cody is dying to break this one down. Let's go, Cody.
Yeah. Quick story. Went to go put in my bets for, I think, what was it, like Vegas 81, the prop bets. And when I went up there when they finally dropped the prop bets, they dropped this week's bets for 294. The rest of them, anyways, they already had a couple up there. But so they had Trevor Peek at plus 145. I watched one fight of Yaya's in my car, one of his more recent fights, and I was like, damn, this guy's really not all that good. So then I looked at his record too, obviously 3 finished losses, went and put 2.5 units at plus 145 on Peek, went home, did a deep dive, went back, bet him like a day and a half later. He was already minus 115. So I max bet him. I put 2.5 units because, like, I don't think that this Yahya dude's all that good. Like, I most of his fights, he's getting beat up till he comes back, and like he's getting beat up by dudes that wouldn't beat up anybody for any amount of time in the UFC. His record, like fighting a lot of low level guys. I didn't see where he was that good anywhere. Like, he's always getting backed up against the cage, like clinched, controlled against the cage, beat up. Like, I didn't see where he was really like all that great anywhere. I seen him getting taken down. I didn't see him taking down nobody. I think that when Trevor Peek comes out and puts the storm on him that he's going to put on him, like, he doesn't have the grappling like Chepe Mariscal to hit him with a hip toss to get a little control time and wear him out like that. Like, I think they're just going to have to go at it. And this dude's not all that dangerous to me. I think he's been finished 3 times, and he's a loco dude. Like literally when I saw the line, I thought he was like a crazy Russian grappler, Muhammad Yahya. I knew he had like Ronnie Yahya name, but I'm like, for him to be that much of a favorite, he must be a good grappler, And I don't think he's got anything that Chepe Mariscal. I would bet a lot of money on Chepe Mariscal over this dude too. So give me Trevor Peek, man. I think that he's going to get this job done. I don't think that this dude's really UFC quality. I don't think he would win a contender series fight. I think we'd be fading him on there. I think the dude that Trevor Peek beat on the contender series, Malik Lewis, would beat up this dude. So I max bet Trevor Peek. I think he finishes this guy.
I like it. Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off of you real quick. Yahya just doesn't have the tools to beat Peek. Like you saw in the Chepe fight, you have to have some wrestling and takedowns. You need to be willing to engage in a brawl and have a chin. I just don't think Yahya has any of those 3 tools to beat Peek at this point. Peek's going to keep pushing forward. He's going to come in guns blazing. He doesn't care if he gets hit. He doesn't care if he gasses out. He doesn't know what quit is. He doesn't even know how to lose. Like, I know he lost last fight, but he's not like, he's still going to come in there like he's undefeated, and he's going to rush in there and go for the knockout for 3 straight rounds. So I don't think Yahya's going to be able to survive. So I got Peek not at plus 145 like Cody did, but I got him at minus 122. I still think The knockout prop is good too. You can like close to a pick 'em now, but I wouldn't. I mean, minus 170 is a little crazy now when you could have got him in a pick 'em, but still, I think that's the side to do. But I think Peak wins this one by first round knockout. Dravhy, what do you like?
Yeah, that's the fight I decide. I mean, I didn't completely pass. I just didn't track my bet because the line was moved just too quick. I took some PKO plus 120 on track it, but like I didn't post anywhere because the line got smashed right away. But yeah, I mean, to me, I think I don't think Yaha is terrible. I know everybody's saying that he's like a trash fighter and all that. I think that's a little bit too much. I think he's decent. Like I think he has some. Yeah, that's a very good bet, Ricky. I think this line got smashed. I know one of my friends also on that. That's a very good bet because like that's my point. If the fight get extended and goes to a decision, I think that Yaha can probably outstrike him, and he's definitely more technical. But it doesn't say a lot against a guy like Peak. And then Yaha wrestle a little bit, but not enough for my liking against Peak. And man, that's just his chin. Like his durability is not great. You need to have a good chin against Pete because he's gonna sway A-maker on you. So you better be ready for that. If not, you better be a very good wrestler. But like he's not that, so that's my problem here. But I think he's better at distance, to be honest. But Pete's he's gonna go in the pocket and brawl with him. And Yaha kind of love to do that also. So if you do that, he's not the more durable fighter of the two. So I think he's gonna get slipped here. Yeah. So I did play some PKO plus 120, but again, I didn't play that officially, so it's gonna be my prediction for the fight. But yeah, I think the line that Cody got was beautiful, but probably the best bet on the card was like the decision no action for Peak. I like minus 130 that Ricky got. I think that was like a crazy line because if somehow the fight goes to distance, I think it's gonna be a little bit tricky, but I favor Peak easily in a finish.
Right on, free.
Let's go.
Similar to the Breeden one where I'm just late to the party, great job to everyone who got on Peak a little earlier. Yeah, I don't think he's that great. He's got nice technical 1-2s. He always just throws kind of 2-punch combos, very basic, which a lot of times is good. Basic isn't always bad. Basic wins titles a lot of times, right? But I think his range management and his striking defense are pretty bad. He allows people to be first, and then after they hit him, he kind of bounces forward angrily, like ready to counter, but they're already well gone out of the pocket. So I do think that Peak should get it done here. I've got him in like a super risky parlay at minus 166. Kudos to everyone who beat me to it.
Right on. I think everyone's pretty much on the Peak side here. Yaya looked horrible on the scale. Looked like he didn't want to be there. I kind of agree. Like, I don't know.
He's a little chubby. Like, I feel
like I don't know if he knows what. Maybe he's like, I'm probably gonna get my butt kicked in this one.
Well,
I don't know. Like he didn't miss weight. Like I don't know. He looked like he was like not pumped up at all, and he was like defeated already. And then Pete came in. He's like, I'm gonna beat you up, and he's like, probably.
Yeah, that was weird, right? I spot
very
that
weird.
That was weird.
Very weird in the face-off. Very weird.
He didn't have that energy. Maybe
he's nervous. You got to understand, this is the first time he's fighting on any big card
at home. It's a big card for him. Probably
people get nerves, dude, and like I feel like he got the nerves. Like there's a ton of stuff that just showed. Like that debut is crazy. That's for sure.
We got Mushroom MMA, one of the best guys on MMA Twitter. Definitely check out Mushroom MMA on Twitter, on YouTube. He does great breakdowns each week, live shows on Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Great guy, great bets. He's a great supporter for everybody. He's probably one of the best supporters on MMA Twitter anywhere you can find. So check him out.
Every show I watch, Mushroom's in the chat, and the host out. The guy's a stud. Supporting people's artwork, supporting people's content. Much respect.
There it is. Definitely. Yep. We got Mayrovs sponsoring the show. Go. What is up, Mayrovs? $9.99. Good luck to everybody. Good luck to you as well, Mayrovs. We always appreciate you coming out each and every week. You're one of the OGs in this live stream as always. Chur Mushroom. Sure. Viva la Quebec. Great show, boys. Professor Chaos. Appreciate you coming out. It's been a while, Professor. It's been a while, man.
That was Jaden. That was some.
Was that? Hey, I took French in high school, so I know a little bit of like how to like pronounce things, but I can't do a conversation.
That was good. Impressive.
Merci beaucoup.
God damn it. Yeah.
There you go. Jaden again, sponsor of the show. Appreciate you.
Let's
Peak
go,
week
Jaden.
indeed. $4.99. Always appreciate you, Jaden.
Peak Nation, baby.
Always.
Oh,
What's up, Dravhy? What's up, Free?
What's up, dude?
Dono's
baby.
coming in heavy. Yeah.
Boys.
Hey, we
Good
don't
stuff.
expect them, but we always appreciate them. We always love
Right.
having fun with everybody here. Straight bet on this one. He's a man, but I'm taking Peak. That's the way, man. He's a monster.
Did
Dude said Peak gonna take a dive for a new trailer. Dude,
Who said
Peak
that?
ain't taking a dive for nobody, dude. Dude, he'd be more happy to take his salary than someone like say, hey, lose this fight for $1 million. He'd be like, no, I'm gonna beat this guy up.
With all the parlay money on this card, all the chalky favorites on this card, if the sports books wanted to pay somebody to lose, it wouldn't be Peak.
Yeah, that's the one guy on this card. Yeah, you cannot pay, and maybe next would be Volkanovski. That's it. Peak is number one though, for sure.
Peak's
So shout outs, no
He's
problem,
doing the Lord's
man.
work out there, man.
I'm trying to think.
Fireside bet.
Like Alaskarov,
twice.
minus 600 favorite, who is probably getting paid
He
10
could do it.
or 20 and 20. Like those are the guys that you have to be worried about.
Sajika Dumas for sure.
Dude, Dumas would take that in a
Hood
heartbeat.
Wolf.
He'll take
Hood Wolf.
$30,000.
Stop talking about that, bro. I don't.
Yeah, Dravhy, you already know. He's been
Just
thinking
messing
about
with you.
Who
We're all
reposted it?
We're all
Trevor.
about to have a boating accident.
Trevor's my dude too. I got pictures with Trevor Peak, man. I hate a boating
Yeah, we
accident.
did. That's awesome.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
Featured prelim. We got Tim Elliott versus Muhammad Makayev. I want to give this one to Cody so bad, but I gave it to him. Give the
that
last
much.
one to Cody. So I'm gonna let this one. I'm gonna let him simmer a bit. I'll let Free start this one off. What do you like here?
Oh gosh. So I'm on Tim Elliott and actually pretty heavy. Most times my props or my like underdog bets are just one unit. I put 2.5 on him. He'll cheat, he'll grab the cage, he'll do whatever it takes to win. He's gritty. And I just think Mokaev is another one of these guys like Basharat that the sports books love way too much. He's always minus 600, minus 700, minus 800. Never, ever looks like that big of a favorite, So not much more to it than that. I think it should be a close fight. Mokaev could backpack him and hang on for dear life, which is what he always does. But I think we got 3 chances on the feet for Elliott to stuff takedowns, and Elliott should be winning on the feet. And I think live odds are going to have this creeping closer and closer. I think this is going to look like a close fight. And this is people ask who's the parlay buster. I would say Makiev immediately.
Okay.
He should win. He's minus 600, right? And I hope he does for all of you. But I hope I've got a pretty good, solid, straight bet on Tim Elliott.
There you go. Dravhy, who do you like here?
I'll have to disagree. I think he's gonna smash. To be honest,
Smash.
And I did play Tim Elliott pretty big in his last fight, like minus 150 against Altamirano. But bro, I thought he looked bad. In my opinion, I thought he looked bad. Like grappling wise, he was doing like a lot of mistakes, and then on the feet, like his striking defense and all that, that was like to me, he was looking very bad. And then of course his cardio is always a concern, but like in the third round, he slowed down a lot. And to me, he is not the guy to beat Mokaev. And to point about the odds, I got him in a party at minus 400. And if you look at his last fight, he was like minus 1,000 in his last fight. And he was like minus 1,500 in his fight before. So at minus 400, I think it's decent for a guy like him. Why? Because I think he can win the wrestling and the grappling exchanges, and I think he can win some of the striking exchange. Maybe the first round can be competitive just because Tim is kind of hard to figure out. But as the fight goes on, I think Mokaev is going to dominate. To be honest, I think the third round is going to be a very, very tough round for Tim to survive. And I actually think that Mokaev is going to be the one to submit him. I know Tim has not been finished for a long time, but he did got submitted a couple of times in the UFC by submission against higher level competition, of course. But yeah, I think that Mokaev is going to be able to submit him at some point just because they both kind of do mistakes in the grappling. But the difference is that Mokaev can do it for 15 minutes without any problems, but Tim can, that's the problem for me. And on the feet, I think that he cannot strike him in some spot also. I think that he's deserved big favorite. I think he's a solid parlay piece. I play the money line -400 in a parlay, and also play the sub +200 personally. I think he's gonna score.
Johnny,
I like the sub prop for sure.
I gotta reply. I gotta, like in a courtroom. So, he was a big favorite. He was fighting, with respect, apologies, bum ass Malcolm Gordon, and Malcolm Gordon had him in trouble. And then he's fighting, Jafel Filho, who I wouldn't call him a bum ass, but he's not great. Tim Elliott would smoke both those guys, in my opinion. Tagir Ulanbekov, I think Tagir would probably beat Makayev. I don't think Makayev backpacks Tagir Ulanbekov. So, yeah, he's been a huge favorite, and you might think you're getting value on him now, but he looked like a -150 favorite in those fights where he was -1100, So I've been waiting for the time to fade him, and I haven't yet. I wasn't picking Malcolm Gordon his ass against him or anything, but I've been waiting for the time to fade Makayev, and I hope this is it.
I mean, that's fair for sure.
It's a solid possibility. I will say.
To me, he didn't cover his price tag in his last fight. That's a very good point. But I think that he looks wider than -150. To be honest, like he was in a bad spot against a Garden, but like for 30 seconds or something. And of course, Phil kind of broke his knee or something. But guess what? He didn't tap, and he get the finish. So I mean, I think we have to give him some credits because he has that dog in him, and he has shown multiple times that even if he's in some bad spot, what he's gonna do? He's gonna go for it, and he's gonna push for 15 minutes. And I don't think Tim can do that, And he's also like on the older side, not to mention, yeah. But I mean, I understand. Like everybody wants to fade Mokaev, so at these type of odds against a veteran like Tim, I don't hate the shot. I just think I don't think he's the guy to do it.
Speaking of didn't tap Cody, tell me who you like here and why.
Yeah, Makayev, that's my dude.
Oh, Makayev. You guys are friends now.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but like I said, you say that stuff in front of my daughter, I got swing on you. But no, man, he's good, but I feel like the way that he beat these other fighters, like the line's way off. You watched Tim Elliott a year and a half ago fight Tagir Ulanbekov, this line's off. Like, because to me, like, I think Tagir, if he was any type of favorite or underdog at all to Makayev, like if say Makayev hadn't fought Tim Elliott yet and they were just fighting, I would bet Tagir. Like from what I've seen, and Makayev's young, dude. He hasn't fought like the highest level. Like he's got the confidence and he's got good grappling, but I'm not sold on his striking. Like his striking, you've seen in the second round against Fiho or whatever, like his striking didn't even look that good. And he didn't even shoot a takedown, which was weird because when I posted that video, that happened in the first round. And then in the second round, it was weird because he didn't even shoot a takedown. And then in the third round, like they were going back and forth. He finally shot a takedown and got that knee bar. I feel like he was hurt, man. I swear. But yeah, I just think Tim Elliott has the style to deal with him. Like, I mean, there's never been a time really where somebody just went out and took Tim Elliott down. Like he was taking Tagir Ulanbekov down because he's got excellent wrestling and then he's got excellent scrambles too. Then he's fast. He's got weird movement. Like I really can't see in my mind Makayev just at what is he like 9-0, hasn't really fought that many people to just go out, grab Tim Elliott and hold him down for 3 rounds. I think Tim Elliott's going to have better striking here. To be honest, I think Tagir would too. And then on the ground, like I said, Makayev, it's not like he takes somebody down, moves into fucking side control, goes into mount and does this. Like he's usually holding them there, doing a little ground and pound and stuff. I don't know. So I just think that Tim, and now if this was like Muhammad was like -190, that would seem more like it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying Elliott should be the favorite, but that line is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, because there's a world where everybody can see it, where Tim Elliott's able to move, keep this fight standing, and just box him up for them first 2 rounds, slow down in the third round like he kind of usually does, like he did against Tagir, but Tagir wasn't able to finish him. The crazy thing is Tim Elliott's 4-1 in his last 5. He fought Mateus Nicolau. That's his only loss, and I'd bet Nicolau. That fight was close to being 2. It was at least 1-1, but it could have been 2-0. Tim Elliott going into the third round, and then where Nicolau landed, like it was still real close, and he landed a takedown late in the third to get the decision. I was like super happy I got that decision. So Tim Elliott, if he would have like not got taken down, he possibly would have won that fight. Could be on a 5-fight win streak with a win over Tagir and Nicolau. Like I don't know, I can't do that like -600 on Makayev yet. But I also didn't fully just put money on Tim Elliott. But after this, we'll know a lot more about Mikhaev, like how good he really is. Because like I know what happened with Mikhaev and Cody Durden, but dude, that don't play out the same. Like if they fight again, that fight is a scrap and it doesn't play out the same. And if they gave you Cody Durden in that fight, like if they were rematching right now and you got Durden at like plus 400, bro,
I would take Cody Durden all day.
Fuck out of that. So, and then like if Cody Durden fought Tim Elliott, man, I just don't know. Like if
I would take Cody Durden all day.
Yeah, but it would be close. I don't know that I would have.
I don't think it would be. I'm Cody Durden took a little turn for the good.
Jesus.
Like I think he's. I'm not saying he's like next champion.
Sounded like it for a second. I thought you was going that route.
He's better than Tim Elliott. I'll say that.
All right. Well, what do you then break this fight down, Yanni K?
Yeah. So I do think the line's wide. I will say that. And I don't mind anybody on the Elliott side, but I am still on Mikhaev here. I just think the younger fighter here, he's going to be a little bit more athletic, explosive. I think he's got a little bit better cardio too. And Tim Elliott's takedown defense really isn't that great. So neither is Mikhaev's. But this is the thing, like who's going to implement the wrestling first and how long can they implement it for? I'm going to choose Mikhaev because I do think he will shoot for takedowns first. And Elliott likes to stay at range and with his like crazy little unorthodox striking until he can like shoot from 10 feet away and maybe get a takedown. Like Mikhaev's a little bit more technical on the feet, even though it's not the greatest striking, but he can shoot for takedowns and chain wrestle on against the cage and stuff and keep going and keep going and keep going. I don't know if Elliott can do that. He's been slowing down in the fights. I know he beat Victor Altamirano, 30-27, but I mean, that's Victor Altamirano. I mean, we're talking about here. And the Tagir fight, let's be honest, like there should have been at least 1 point deducted in that.
You watch your mouth.
He should have
Tim
lost
Elliott
that
was
fight.
just trying hard.
He won.
Right?
Okay, I'll give him that. But even then, it was a split decision, I think, right? And it was super close. And I actually kind of would have thought Tagir won that fight without the point deduction. So Tim Elliott, veteran.
I think I'm full.
I don't
At
think
this
so.
point in their career,
I don't think
Tagir's big too, dude. He's like 5'9" or 10.
It'd be a closer fight for sure, but I think Mikhaev would.
What you watch Mikhaev versus Malcolm Gordon and think he'll beat him?
He's still young, dude. He's still young.
Yeah, and he didn't get striking. And if he keeps it standing, he's just gonna piece that dude up. That's all I'm saying. But
my thing is this: I think Mikhaev gets a third round submission or a decision. I like that prop a lot.
I like
or
that.
just
That's
go with the Mikhaev submission in round 3. It's plus 1100. I'm looking at that one. I'm gonna throw a little bit of a cheddar on there during the day, and hopefully it hits because he's got a lot of round 3 subs, and Elliott goes down. So I just think Mikhaev gets it done.
What about his injuries? Had the shoulder injury.
True. I mean, that's a worrisome.
He had his knee.
It's a shoulder and a knee. Yeah. But he's took the time off. He's young.
A young dude too, man. Yeah. He's good.
If he was 36 years old coming off those, I would not like that.
It's just what I've seen. I know there's hype behind him, but what I've seen doesn't justify minus 600. Because Tim Elliott, when he did that with Tagir and all them, dude, that's a year and a half, So
true.
Dude, the UFC knows he's not that good. He's the only guy who's on he's 4-0 in the UFC, and his level of competition continues to get easier and easier.
It's just like
because the UFC, he's like you would think in his first fight he might fight Filho or Malcolm Gordon, and he move up to Charles Johnson and Cody Durden. No, they're like giving him easier and easier fights because the UFC knows that this guy is struggling. They know that he is not ready, and fucking Tim Elliott's gonna do it. Let's go.
I'm rooting for him, and not just because Mikhaev called me stupid and told me to stick to this microphone. I used to wrestle too, Mikhaev. I did a little jiu-jitsu, a little kickboxing. What you want to do?
Ooh-wee. Triple C said a good point. There's not nearly enough likes in this video. How many we got here? Only 41, and I see 68 in the chat. I think we can get up to at least 55.
Even after all these jokes I've been hitting Johnny with.
I know.
Come on. Man.
I know. And I'm like hurt.
You should. You don't be hurt, Johnny. I do it because I love
Mikhaev by sub clearly missed weight and will have an advantage. Okay, Triple C. Did he clearly?
He did. You see when, bro? Did you see? I know he was like. He's like, hey, they said when what somebody put up a thing.
Where was that when Oliveira missed weight by half a pound?
It said when you win a greasy split decision where you're like, fuck, I lost, and then you're like, hey.
Oh yeah, that's never me though. Never me. I always lose that decision every effing time.
I'm saving this. I'm start saving all my bad ones.
Which one is that?
It's Davey Grant versus
that's a winning ticket, dude. That is a winning ticket. That's bullshit, dude.
I don't understand. I take it every week. Every week I take this ticket back to the casino.
Every time you're like, no, and you're like, give me it back.
Like I told you, man. They try to rip it. Print me a new one.
Oh man. All right, guys. We got 67 people in the chat. Please hit that like button. We're
Let's
gonna do
go.
our little giveaway here. If you weren't
Here
here,
we go.
you're gonna be getting your free shirt from Face Meet Fist. They have awesome apparel on their website. The website is in the description below. Check it out. They have amazing stuff, fighter stuff, everything like that. Awesome stuff. I'm even wearing a new one that they got right here. It's pretty cool stuff. Good for Halloween. There's pumpkins on this. Perfect time to do it. All right. This is the question. First one to answer it correctly in the chat gets it. So here we go. All right. There is a number of people on this card that's undefeated. How many of them are there on the card? Give me a number. The first number gets it. Whoever wins on the chat.
All these poor people are probably behind. Me and Cody are gonna win.
They may.
Don't want it though.
What do you want? Who?
I don't.
Oh. I'm gonna count this up. I think we got one. Let me check it. I'm gonna double check my thing. I checked it 4 times.
You get a fifth check.
We're both off.
I'm gonna check it one more time.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
We got 6,
4,
right?
I got 6.
5,
To
6.
me, I see Ben. To me, I see Ben. Braden was the first. To me,
I see Miguel.
6.
Oh, I know. I lied. It's Ben. Ben.
Let me see.
Ben is the winner. If everybody else got Ben, right? The first 6.
yeah.
All right. Yep, Ben Braden.
All right,
Ben Braden in the building.
Ben Braden,
Double
winner.
B's.
Definitely hit me up on Twitter or Instagram in the DMs and let me know, and I'll get your address, and then I will send this to you along with a little extra care package as well, because that's the kind of guy I am.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Boa Zaitar care package. Just kidding.
With some potatoes.
Hey, me and Free split it 7 and 5, and it was right in the middle. It was 6. I'm glad we didn't. I didn't want it. I would have. I mean, I won it.
Yeah.
Just
Appreciate you, Ben, coming out though, for sure. Yeah.
It's gonna make
congrats, guys. It's an awesome shirt, man. It's like a little it's like sports shirt. It's like polyester, all that good stuff. So
come hang out with the live shows. We're gonna be doing some more giveaways too coming up.
Hell yeah.
Like in the coming episodes. So
oh yeah. I got a whole bunch of cars I need to get rid of. Saeed Nurmagomedov versus Gavarov. Who wants to start this one off, boys?
Probably Cody. This is the toughest one, you know.
Cody,
it was tough breaking it down, but I like Saeed here, man. I just think he's gonna be a little better everywhere. It's kind of like John Castaneda was with him. Like Muin's tough as shit though, and he's well rounded. Both of these dudes, so they got 43 fights. They got 43 fights between them, and there's neither one's ever been finished. I know everybody thinks that Saeed's a murderer with finishing, but he's like even. He's like 9 finishes and 9 decision wins. Muin's super tough. Like I said, he's got 23 fights, never been finished. He's gotten hurt before and stuff, but he recovers and he's very well rounded. But I just think Saeed on the feet is a little more crisp. He has a little more variety to his game. And then I think he's going to have the grappling advantage. But I don't think it's going to be big because, like I said, Muin's usually the one winning the grappling exchanges. But I feel like if Saeed needs to, because Muin can go nuts. You've seen against Castaneda in the 3rd round, Castaneda kicked him in the nuts and he's like, hold on. The ref was like, no fight. And then Castaneda was like, fuck you. So then Muin just threw hammers for like 3 minutes straight, kind of gassed himself out. But the dude's tough. He's really good, but I just think Saeed's going to have him covered like everywhere. But I like this fight to go to decision, man. I bet the over 2.5, and I think it goes there. I think that this is a good striking match. There might be a couple grappling exchanges. I know Saeed does have that nice ninja choke. He has the guillotine, just front chokes. Excellent front choke game. But I mean, Cody Stamen literally shot into that. And I feel like in the Sedgwick Cup fight, like I just watched it, like Sedgwick Cup came out, wrestled so hard. And Saeed did keep going for it. But the second that Sedgwick Cup in the 2nd round started slowing down a little, that's when Saeed was like getting up more easier and stuff. He hit him with that. And I think it was only because he slowed down. But I think this is an excellent fight. And I think it's more of a striking match for most of the part because I think both of them have really good grappling and it's going to kind of cancel out. So it's like Saeed when he fought Hani Barsolis, where they just struck most of the time, you know, and he timed like a couple late takedowns. But yeah, man, give me Saeed by decision. I'd love that over 2.5. I'll go with the durability of both these dudes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll piggyback off you too. I like the overs here. I am a little scared that Saeed will get a ninja choke
That's
or
the
a guillotine.
worrisome part.
That's
for
where
sure.
I'm scared about, because if Gafarov shoots a lazy takedown, leaves his neck there, it's going to get wrapped up. But I think he knows that maybe. And on the feet, though, it's Saeed all day. Like, he's going to be quicker, more dynamic. I don't see a finish happening unless it's that ninja choke or something crazy where he gets wrapped up in. But hopefully, it goes to the round 3, because I have a bet with Saeed round 3 or decision at plus 130. Just to be a little bit safe. I do think it goes to decision though. But like I said, they're both plus money. They're not too much different. So I just went with round 3 or decision. But Gafarov has a chance to win this fight. He needs to just wrestle, but he doesn't win decisions. He lost 5 decisions for all of his losses. He's never been finished. Neither is Saeed. That's why I like the over here. But there's something in the back of my mind is like, that ninja choke or guillotine is like out there. I hope it doesn't happen early. If it doesn't happen in the first round, I think it's not going to hit. But that's just me. Dravhy, who do you like?
Yeah, I like Saeed, and that's a fight like after Tave's first look, I wanted to pass on, to be honest, because I feel like if it goes to a decision, it can be a close fight, to be honest. Like, my concern with Saeed, and I'm not scared to bet against him. In fact, I bet Martinez at plus 250, plus 210 against him last time out, and I bet Sadyukub at plus 100 against him. I thought that was an insane bet. That, of course, he got caught. But in this scenario, I think that Gafarov can push a pace on him, and maybe like Saeed can get tired. I don't think his cardio is very good, but at the same time, Gafarov's cardio is not all that. He's not a very good minute winner. And I bet against him last time with Castaneda. So yeah, for me in this fight, the problem I have with Saeed is his spinning kicks and spinning back kicks that he does. You do it a little bit too much against Gafarov, because I think Gafarov can probably take advantage of that and go for takedowns. But at distance, Saeed's gonna be the way more like the better striker. He has more tools on the feet, and he's gonna be faster also. Gafarov's gonna come in and rush in like a maniac. He's gonna try to land some bombs. Maybe he can catch him. Like, fair enough if he does. But my problem with how he fight, and man, that's gonna be perfect for Saeed. Saeed just want to be like on the back foot and then catch someone coming in. That's when he hurt people. So I feel like at some point we're gonna either get Gafarov shooting takedowns a lot in this fight. If he does, I think that's gonna make Saeed very light for like a ninja choke or a guillotine. Like, the way he snap it and the way he finish it, like, he has a very, very good squeeze. That's impressive in my opinion. And then, like, against Sadyukub, he spammed the submission like 3 times until he got it. So if someone tried to go for takedowns, ask Cody Stanman or Sadyukub how it is. So, and they're both very good wrestlers. I read the wrestling grappling higher than Gafarov. So 2 options for Gafarov. He tried to strike with him. He tried to go for the kill, and that's going to be a banger. But when he does, I mean, he's very durable. He's very tough. But I don't think his chin's all that. Like, he can get hurt. I've seen him get hurt a lot of times. Castaneda put him on skates like twice in the fight. So I feel like Saeed's life to hurt him in the fight, but I don't think a TKO is likely. I feel like more often than not, when he hurt him, Gafarov, like I said, is very tough. He's going to try to shoot a takedown or something, and then the sub's going to come. So I feel like a club and sub is on the table. Or again, when you try to just wrestle him, the sub's going to be there also. So I don't hate the over that you guys got, because I feel like the more likely finishing upside is only Saeed by sub. And then there's probably decision equality from both sides. So I don't hate that. But I did play Nurmagomedov money line at minus 210 in a parlay. But I also play the sub prop single. I got the sub at plus 250. Man, like, with my read I had on the fight and the scenarios that I think we're gonna have some opportunity to catch it. And yeah, like I said, he's pretty slick with the sub. So I love the shot on that. So even though he win a decision, I just need my other leg to cash. But I should be good to cash on that, even though he win a decision. But I'm gonna pick him to win by sub. And I say first round submission.
Okay. Yeah, I think that if there is a sub, it'll be in the first. So, Free, who do you like?
Yeah, great breakdowns. I'm on Saeed as well. I agree that his grappling is just wild, right? Like, sometimes it's just out of nowhere. But I think both these guys have pretty good takedown defense and really bad takedown offense. I think it's going to stay on the feet. It's like these guys both kind of fight like they're sparring. They fight like they're just being playful, like they're just going through the motions sometimes. Like I expect multiple failed takedown attempts from each of them. And then so largely just a striking affair. It is kind of concerning that Nurmagomedov was held up against the cage by Jonathan Martinez last fight, who's not known for that. Call it a robbery. I see some folks in the chat saying it's a robbery. I get that, but gosh, like that's alarming. So stuff like that's concerning, but I expect it to play out on the feet and Said to have the better moments while Muin throws more looping shots and has trouble reaching him.
I like it. We got I'm gonna butcher this. Sipe Muna. Hopefully I said that pretty decent. Dakota KO or inside the distance plus Hamzat this KO or decision. Aliskarov inside the distance. Magomedov not to go the distance. Islam Volk over 2.5 and Islam plus 2 takedowns for plus 1,000. That's not bad at all. I like that. I like all of those. Yeah, Kiwi saying 100% free. See what you did there. Said is nothing special.
It was when we were talking about in Russian.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, wait, what's this Russian thing? I said it's nothing special. Good kicks, though. We got Martinez nice, and we saw what Martinez did last week. Yeah, those leg kicks are nasty. SPS, what is up? Chimaev's going to ragdoll Usman Saturday 100%. I agree with you. I really do. And I'm not just saying that. I think so. I do. Magomedov will go the
There's
distance.
no way that man ragdolls that man.
He will ragdoll him. Yes, he will.
No way that.
A lot of people talking about the Martinez.
He will. I'm not.
You know,
we talking about Chimaev.
The only way is if his knees are that bad, because Kamaru's going to have better wrestling, bro. American wrestling's best wrestling. That's what Daniel Cormier said. He took his wrestling team to Dagestan and they worked all them dudes over.
That's what he said, but we know who DC is. We got Jaden sponsoring the show. Yes, one again, $4.99. This is the part of the show when the edibles hit. I know Cody's doing something right now.
Those are the facts, Jaden. Those are
Jaden. You're
facts.
One of the best, man. Yes, appreciate you as always, man. You're awesome. No way he runs through Marty.
Tell him, Kiwi. Tell him, Kiwi.
Tell him. You're gonna run through him. Watch. You see. Next one's gonna be Vikram Aliskarov versus Warley Alves. Free. Start this one off.
Oh, really good one. Aliskarov is good. We've seen him hurt before by Khamzat back in the day, but that was a close fight up until that point. I think Warley Alves has finishing potential, but he's going to gas. And I think Aliskarov is going to get him out of there in round 2. The round 2 is only plus 450. It's not like that, sexy as you'd think, right? But I think it's really likely to hit. I've actually got it parlayed up in some wild ass, sprinkle shit.
I like it. Dravhy, who do you like?
Yeah, it should be Crown by Smash. I don't think he's as good as what people hype him to be. I'll be honest. I bet Imavov at plus 100. The bet got void, obviously. But like Imavov's a top 15 guy at 185, and now he's fighting a welterweight who's taking the fight on short notice and up a weight class in Abu Dhabi, so the chances are not on his side. Alves probably going to be live for a finish early, like Free just said, but if he doesn't get a finish in the round 1, that's it. His cardio's kind of weird. In some fight, he looks good cardio-wise. In some fight, he looks very bad. But again, this one on short notice, upper weight class, I don't think that's going to be good for him. I think Ikram striking is underrated, in my opinion. I think that he can have some success on the feet. And I think that on the ground, he should dominate and probably get a finish. I think the second round, props good look. I did play Ikram, but in a parlay, I got minus 450, I think. Yeah, minus 450. I use them for a couple of parlay, I'm being honest, guys. Maybe, like I said, it's a chalky card. I feel like there's some wide money line, but I think there's some good things to do with parlays. So that's how I played this week. So Ikram minus 450. At minus 600, I don't think I'll parlay him, but minus 450, I like it. And the round 2 props also a good look. I think that's how he finished. It's hard to say KO or sub though, because Alves BJJ is pretty slick, but he has been finished before. So yeah, I think Ikram's gonna finish him.
I agree. I got him at minus 450 in a parlay as well early on. Cody, who do you like?
Yeah, I like Ikram, man. He's gonna be bigger. He's gonna have the better wrestling. I'm not convinced on his striking yet, and I feel like he looks like he can make 170, but I think he wins this fight a lot of the times. Worley comes out strong in the first round, though. He'll give it all he's got in that first round, and then usually get beat in the second. So see the first round being like a little bit back and forth. Worley's got pretty good offensive, defensive wrestling. He's got excellent BJJ. He's got that win over Kobe Covington with the guillotine and all that stuff. But that was a while ago. It's weird. He's only 32. That's kind of crazy. But coming up a weight class, short notice, all that. I'm sure his gas tank ain't going to be all that. He's going to go hard for it in the first round. And then in the second round, I feel like Askaro takes over and gets that submission. So I like that at like plus 600. Second round. So
I'm doing polls for the chat, and like literally it was 100% on Saeed.
What do you
That's
do?
like no one else had anything. Like that was the highest one of the night.
you got the blinds just like going down to Gaffer. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, no.
But yeah, I'm on the Ikram side too. I mean, this is good. I mean, I just don't. This is like my most confident pick. I mean, short notice for Alves, up a weight class, like Dravhy said. Like to me, I just think this is kind of like, hey, I'm here. I'm gonna have a little vacation. I'm gonna get paid pretty well. Short notice. I'm probably gonna lose this fight, but I'm gonna give him my all for about 2 minutes, and hopefully I can knock him out. If not, it's gonna be a long night for me. One of those things. But I mean, Alves isn't awful, but this is just not a good circumstance for him. I just think Ikram's going to have the better wrestling, and I think once he gets on top, it's going to be pretty much game over. A little bit after that, in the second round is a good prop, because I do think it's going to be like a second round sub or ground and pound. I don't see it in the first round, but it might be close, like late in the first round. But I would say it's going to be like early to mid second round for sure. Let's see. Let's grab Kamara. That could
be
happen.
Like 3 out of his last 5 that would make
right?
3, or does he have 3 out of 5 or just 2 out of his last like
I think 4? The last 3 submissions it's been Kimura's or something like that. Hamza has more of a Greco foundation, which is better base for MMA than freestyle. Think about that, Cody.
What? Yeah. I mean, but that's if you can't rep. But like, here's how that works. If you got 2 people that like, if you watch college wrestling, if you got 2 people that's really good at wrestling, one may be able to get a takedown, but you're not just holding another like high level wrestler down and just holding them down and pinning them down. Like he's going to scramble, get up, like you know exactly what to do. So even if Hamzat's a little bigger and does come out like he did with Gilbert Burns and land a couple takedowns, like he's not just going to hold a high level wrestler down like that. So
we'll see.
That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Them knees though.
Alves has got like 80% takedown defense as well. Like I just think it's going to play out on the feed, and I think Askarov's far cleaner, smoother, less power, better cardio, late finish.
Love it. I like it too. I think there's going to be a finish either way, however you want to look at it. Nice. Next one is going to be a fun one here. Interesting for me anyways. Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker. Dravhy, start this one off.
Yeah, I played that fight a little bit different. Like you guys have seen, I'm almost on every big favorite on this card, but I did take a shot on the opener, Walker plus 375. That was like that was a wide line in my opinion. Just considering his style, he might die in the first round. I mean, that's possible. It's still very questionable, but he's gonna be much bigger and he's more dangerous than Ankalaev, and that's a higher weight class. So I feel like the risk of volatility are much higher. And then we have seen Ankalaev get clipped before, like in the Santos fight, for example, and the leg kicks also. Like Walker has been fighting more technically recently, and in the Smith fight, he had a lot of success with leg kicks. And then Blachowicz completely destroyed Ankalaev legs. And then he got wrestle fuck for the rest of the fight. But that was a 5-rounder. In the 3 rounds, he lose that fight, you know? So I feel like Johnny's size, power, and leg kicks can cause some problem. And also, if Ankalaev wrestle, I think he can cover his price tag, but I just can't trust him to do it, to be honest. And yeah, I feel like Johnny's live to catch him early. And if Johnny come in like a wide man, the fight's going to end in the first round. If he doesn't, it's gonna go to a decision. So what I did, I play Walker to win in round 1 at plus 1,000, just a sprinkle. But I also play Ankalaev to win in round 1 at plus 250. So if Ankalaev win in the first round, I'm gonna broke even on my slate. And if Walker finish in the first, I'm gonna profit a lot of money. And if you just win a decision or anything, I'm gonna profit a good money. So if Ankalaev win like in the second, third, or decision, I'm gonna lose like 1.75 unit, which I'm fine with these type of odds. I just feel if you look on their record and the way they fight, if Walker finish or get a finish, it's gonna be in the first round, and the same for Ankalaev. If the fight go past the first round, I think it's gonna go to a decision. So rather than playing the fight doesn't go at like minus 300 or something, I feel like to just play the round 1 on each side. It's a way smarter way to do it. And if you ask me why didn't I play fight to win in round 1, it was plus 190. So if you just play number, you're gonna see that if you just play Walker plus 1,000 round 1 and Ankalaev like split, it's way better value. So that's what I did here. So I hope for either a banger in the first round, but it's gonna depend on all Walker 1 to 5. If you fight technical, he's gonna lose a decision in my opinion. And if you come in like a wide man, he might die, but he might kill. So who knows? I'm gonna pick Walker to win. No, I mean I'm gonna pick Ankalaev to win still,
Okay.
but I feel like the value side on Walker, and I feel like he's gonna have some chances.
Okay. Cody, who do you like?
Yeah, I like Ankalaev here just because I feel like this is gonna be a slower kickboxing match. When Johnny Walker's had his step down in competition, he's getting them dudes Ian Cutelaba and Paul Craig and them out of there in the first round. But if you go look before that, with Thiago Santos, when he's been getting in there with like heavier strikers recently, and he's actually been doing a good job with better defense, fighting way better, kind of using his skills a little more. But I still kind of think he's better being crazy dangerous too. But yeah, he's super explosive. Obviously, he's good everywhere, but I feel like Ankalaev is technical, and if he does start throwing all this crazy stuff, Ankalaev will be able to dodge it and just pick him apart. So I feel like it's going to be a slower kickboxing match. And then if it does get like a little wild and crazy, if Ankalaev don't like what's going on, he's the one that can change it up and take Johnny Walker down. You know what I mean? Like he's got the wrestling, man. So I really like Ankalaev. Actually, I really like him by decision. I bet the over 1.5, but I actually think this fight goes to decision because, like you've seen with Johnny Walker and Anthony Smith, like he's really not out here doing all this crazy stuff anymore. He's fighting smart, which is good because he is good. It's just and he's way better. Like he's doing good with the defense and all that. It's just that like this ain't the time to try to be a technical striker. But I don't think he's going to take crazy risks. And Ankalaev has so like high a fight IQ and stuff, man, and he can control where this fight goes. Give me Ankalaev.
Right on. Free.
Some great points. I'm actually on Walker, and I agree with the overs. I got Walker decision plus 750.
Nice.
I don't think
I
he's
like
a KO or bust. A lot of people feel
I
like
don't think it's KO or bust.
yeah, you know, and I can understand like maybe 3 years ago, maybe that would have been the case, right? But Nate Brown in the chat put it perfectly. He's done a better job, like you guys said. He's been more technical, and I just think Ankalaev is going to have a hard time reaching him. I think Walker can stay at distance, low kick, big enough to get off the cage, and big enough to defend takedowns. And I just think it's going to be a close fight. It's crazy that this is one of the thinner lines. It's like minus 280 or whatever, and it's one of the less chalky favorites on the card. So Walker is one of the less exciting underdogs on the card, but he's a big ass underdog, and I think he's good value. And I do think it goes over. So yeah, the Walker decision plus 750. You guys made great points on the low kicks. Also, I don't think Jan should be minus 350 over Johnny Walker. And I'm an Ankalaev guy. I've been parlaying Ankalaev for years and years and years. I think this is actually the first time I've ever bet against him.
Yeah, I mean, Ankalaev is technical everywhere. Like on paper, you would definitely want to pick him, but styles make fights, guys. Like Johnny Walker's style. Like I'm not saying he needs to come in there like old Johnny Walker and go crazy in the first round. He needs to mix it up a little bit of crazy, not a lot, just a little bit.
I think we've seen what happens though if you do that against him, like when Ian Cutelaba did it twice and he just picked.
Well, that was
apart.
Too crazy, and Cutelaba sucks. We know that.
What? You had him max bet over Felipe Lins a couple weeks ago, man.
No, I didn't. You are high as hell right now.
That should cash because Felipe Lins can't make it to the. I'm just kidding, Cody.
That is true. Someone had a max.
That would how terrible would that be, dude?
Nate Diaz says that Felipe lost that fight, right? So
there you go.
Goes.
Really but yeah, I mean, Johnny Walker's gonna be bigger here, and I think he can use some of that craziness and range to confuse Ankalaev. He wants it to be technical, but Johnny Walker can't make it technical. Otherwise, I do think Ankalaev will probably win a decision. But if Walker can mix in some like craziness, keep him guessing, stay at range, like stay on the outside, whatever he needs, mixing some elbows and spinning stuff, like it's gonna confuse him to the point where Ankalaev is gonna try to go for takedowns. And then that's when you know that you're beating Ankalaev, because that's what he does. That's his backup plan. Like, if I can't beat you on the feet, I got to beat you wrestling. And Johnny Walker's tough to take down. He's huge. Like, he's a monster. He's got long arms. He can use his arm. But when he does get taken down on the back, he does get controlled. But I'm not saying Ankalaev's takedowns are amazing either. So he's fighting Jan, who's 47 years old too. So he's getting those takedowns rather easy, especially later in the rounds. But anyways, I think Walker has a solid chance to win this fight. Or it can look really bad in the first round and he gets clipped. One of the two. So give me Walker. I'm at the odds. Like I said, I think it's a good pick. I think it's a good sprinkle bet by decision. I also think it's a even better sprinkle bet because I do think this fight goes over 1.5 and goes to decision no matter who wins whatsoever.
I like it.
That's what I got. Kiwi said, damn, I bet the under. I still think it's a solid bet, but you're rooting for Johnny Walker to go crazy and nuclear in the first round. Will he? That's the question.
The thing is, I know, like Ankalaev said he wants to like put a stamp on this and do all that. But the thing is like there ain't nobody on the roster at 205 that's wanting to go in there and get wild with Johnny Walker because anything can happen. And this dude's like the most.
The only person would be Ryan Spann.
Yeah, someone like that, but like a technical high fight IQ. Now he might throw a little harder, but you can't just go out there and just try to finish Johnny because that's when he hits you with some crazy knee or spinning elbow or something crazy. So, but he does have a chance, Johnny Walker. Like in Ankalaev's a little low output, but it seems like he always just does enough to win his fights,
And just Walker's like the biggest light heavyweight on the entire roster.
He's huge.
I think it's important to mention. Name me one person that is bigger than him in the division. There's none. So like
in the UFC, really, you know what I mean? What Volkov, maybe Tom Aspinall or something.
I mean, they're heavyweight,
right?
Yeah, big heavyweights too. That's what someone said that Johnny Walker.
He's massive.
Like Pereira now.
Yeah, Pereira's not bigger than him,
but he's not as big. I think he might be like as like wide and big, but not tall.
Johnny Walker's 6'6", dude. That's a big dude.
Pereira's like what is he? 6'3" or 6'4"?
6'3", I think.
6'4". He's 6'4". Yeah, he's like
either way, he's shorter. But that's the next guy comparable to him, like just height and build.
Yeah, for sure. And like Walker's gonna have a big reach advantage also, just to mention.
Dontel Mays, your boy 6'6".
I'm ready.
Your boy D1. D1. Ready. Johnny caught him D1 Dontel Mays for a whole damn week.
I'm just messing, Kiwi. I know he's 38.
The thing about the reach and size for Walker is that Ankalaev's used to fighting both wrestling and jabbing like the bigger man. Like Ankalaev's gonna be fighting like Joe Frazier, fainting his way in to close the distance. Like he's not gonna be able to cage control. I think this is gonna be a real close fight, and I'm an Ankalaev guy.
Yep. Yeah, I usually
very good. That's for sure.
And and like you said, for you, it says a lot. I usually do bet Ankalaev. I had him against Jan. I had him against like 3 of his other last fights, and cashed out. But I'm like, this is the fight. I think styles make fights, and this could give him a lot of trouble. But we'll see what happens. Co-main event, we're gonna be Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev. Cody, you and me, man, we're gonna battle it out. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't think so. I like Khamzat here. I think he's gonna win, but I don't. Just
how dominant he's gonna win, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old enough to remember the Gilbert Burns fight. You know what I mean? Let's not get too crazy.
I mean that you're at least 8 months old.
Yes, that's a fact. That is a fact. So, Khamzat, yeah, man. I think he comes out and tries to wrestle Kamaru Usman, but I highly doubt. I mean, he might push him up against the cage. He might even get a takedown, but Kamaru's going to get back up. There's no way that he's going to come out and dominate Kamaru on the ground. I can't see it. Now when they're both so good at wrestlers. Not to say at first Khamzat won't be the better wrestler, but like I said, when they're so good, you just don't hold the other one down. Like you go watch like a national championship wrestling match. Like very rarely, they're all like 4-3. It's very rarely somebody just goes out there, grabs another dude, puts him on the mat, and just pins him, unless you're like Brock Lesnar or some shit. But it's going to be a excellent fight. See, the reason I'm picking Khamzat, obviously short notice for Kamaru. And I think that he's a little faster, man. I think Kamaru's been slowing down, like his striking a little bit. He's been taking obviously some big shots. I think that Khamzat's fast enough, a little faster. I think he might even hit a little harder too. And then he's got good enough cardio to push through it. Like he got tired against Gilbert Burns, but he still kept throwing punches and stuff. But if that same thing happens where like he comes out, goes super hard in the first round, and then kind of gasses out like he did against Gilbert Burns, Kamaru's going to make him pay for that. Like Kamaru could literally just walk around the ring and jab him if he's tired, like his jab. So that's what he did to Gilbert Burns when Gilbert Burns dropped him. So, I mean, I don't want to bet Khamzat. I just stayed away. I'm going to watch this fight as a fan, but I do got Khamzat winning. I think he wins by decision, man. I mean, Kamaru Usman, like the only time he's been knocked out like that or finished, obviously got choked out like his second fight against Alex Caceres' brother. But other than that was just the crazy head kick, and he's took some pretty decent shots. So, Give me Khamzat by decision, but I didn't bet nothing on this fight. It could go a lot of different ways, man.
Right on. Dravhy, who do you like?
Let's go, Kiwi.
Yeah, I have to disagree on the method, Cody. I think he's gonna smash your boy.
Smash.
I mean, what the Khamzat does,
That's debatable. That's debatable.
And
he ain't passing this fight. He ain't passing. He's smashing.
I bet the inside distance at plus 100. And when do you get Khamzat Chimaev to win inside a distance at plus 100? That was crazy to me.
When he's fighting Usman tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, but he's fighting Usman. What? Usman's taking the fight up a weight class, which favored Chimaev.
But they're both 170 years going up to 185.
Yeah, but bro, the weight cut, the fight being at 185 favored Chimaev a lot, bro. Like a lot. Like the weight cut is way harder for Chimaev at 170 than Usman, in my opinion. And also, like, I mean, the fight being at 185 favored Usman, favored Chimaev, my bad. But the fight being on short notice also favored Chimaev a lot. And then he's taking the fight after being like he's not older. That's not the same fight that was like 2 years ago. When Usman was in his prime, you can clearly see that he's a little bit on a decline. He's getting older. That's just normal. He's a very great fighter. Like he's one of the GOAT in the division. He's not GSP, like, you know, GSP is my boy, that's for sure. But I mean, Usman has a great run, but when you see these type of champions, when they're falling a little bit, that's harder to go back. Like he already achieved everything, you know. So yeah, if he wins this fight, that's a big fight for him. But at the same time, he's going up a weight class against one of the more dangerous guy, and his durability is on the decline. Like Usman Chin was always like iffy. Like he was getting wobbled by Colby Covington. That's not a good look, bro. You know. And then I mean, yeah, he was winning the second fight against Edwards, and then he got caught. The head kick will kill a lot of people. So I can't take any credit from that shot. Like that's not because of his chin, but getting wobbled by Colby, getting wobbled by Burns. You know, he got wobbles a couple times, and now he's getting older. And his fight is like Chimaev hit hard, man. He can kill him with a straight shot down the pipe. I really think so. And then let's talk about the wrestling. You talk about the fight that he's not gonna out wrestle him. I can agree with I agree with that on that, but he's gonna out grapple him. I think that's different. That's not wrestling. That's MMA. And Chimaev's the way better grappler. Like that's not even close. If Chimaev is on his back, Usman's not surviving, bro. Trust me on that. He's gonna choke him out. If he's not on his back and then you just take him down and yet he gets back up, then fair enough. But he's the way better grappler in MMA. Like Usman and Chimaev might be close in wrestling. I agree with that. But Chimaev is stronger. So I think that he can take him down. But if you take him down and then he gets on his back, sorry, Cody, but that's over. He's going to choke him out. Like he's a way better grappler.
But there's no guarantee he's stronger than Kamaru Usman. Like, when have we ever seen Kamaru Usman get out strong?
I mean,
in welterweight,
he never fought.
These are both welterweights, though.
Well, Leon Edwards was able to strength him and take him down.
I mean, Cody, if we look at Chimaev, I think he's stronger than almost everybody in the middleweight and welterweight division. I think
Yeah, but we think that, but we don't know because we haven't seen him fight anybody that did good.
Gilbert Burns,
He couldn't take him down after the first round.
I know, because Chimaev's amazing.
That's a little bit different.
No, Chimaev couldn't take Gilbert Burns down after the first round.
I mean, he did take him down.
And Chimaev, and not only that, but Chimaev got dropped by Burns too. So it's not like he's invincible. Yeah.
He did, that's for sure. But like, I think people like the Burns fight. To me, A, Hamzat underperformed in that fight, and B, Burns overperformed. We need to take, like, if they rematch tomorrow, do you think it goes to a decision? It's been real.
Maybe.
I don't think so. Because the mistake that Chimaev made in that fight, his corner wanted him to wrestle. He didn't want to wrestle because he was scared of burn BJJ on the ground. Usman has no BJJ. Like, he's not a threat of his back, you know? Like, he's a very good grappler, but his BJJ is not good. And that's another reason why he was not able to control Edward in the last fight when he got taken down, because Edwards could just give up his back and get back up. No threat of submission, you know? That's one of Usman's problems. I've always meant that. But then in this case, like, to me, it's not close. Chimaev's the way better grappler than him. So, like I said, if he gets on top, I think the fight's over. Like, his ground and pound is nasty, so he's going to choose his poison. Do you want to get TK on the ground or you want to get sub? So Usman's going to have to make a decision. And on the feet, I agree with that. If the fight go over and then that's a decision, I think the fight's going to be close. I completely agree with that. We're on the same page because Usman has a very good jab. He's more technical than Chimaev. The only problem is that I have is that Usman's not very good on the back foot when he strikes. He prefers to be the one putting the pressure. But Chimaev is going to be the one putting the pressure. I'm sure he's going to put him on the back foot, and then he's gonna be the one who hit harder, who's stronger, and can decide where the fight take place. That's how I see it. I don't think Usman can take him down, but I think Chimaev can. And then on the ground, I think Chimaev can finish him. I don't think Usman can. And on the feet, I think maybe Usman can catch him on the feet, but I think his path to victory is more a decision. If it goes to a decision, I think it's close fight. That's why I didn't play Chimaev money line at -300. I played the inside of distance at +100 because he has finishing outside both by KO and sub. But that's going to be a very good fight, and that's for sure a big test for him. But again, if the fight was at 170 when Usman was the champ, and 3 years ago, I think it might be different. But then in this case, everything favored Chimaev, you know, so I got to pick him to win inside a distance. But it's very hard to say KO or sub. I'll say KO just because I think Usman chin has been on the decline and he's getting older. So I think at some point he's gonna get catch. And I also think that Chimaev is gonna be hitting harder at 185. Yeah.
For the record, I did pick Chimaev. I just picked him by decision.
Nope, not in my heart.
Yeah, I just picked him by decision here and said that the wrestling's going to cancel. So I didn't pick Usman.
Free. Who do you like?
About Hamzat decision +275.
Let's go.
We're battling decisions and inside the distance props. Love it.
I think he's going to win, but you know, Usman, we saw him rear naked choked back in the day before he even got in the UFC, right? And yeah, you know, the kick heard around the world, but I think the Usman decline is a little like overstated. I mean, he lost his last fight by split decision. We cashed the +2,000 Leon Edwards split decision prop there. You know, it's like he was winning obviously 2 fights ago. So like, I feel like people are just giving him too much discredit. We could point at a lot of things, right? Like we could talk about how close the Khamzat Gilbert Burns fight was. There's a lot of things we could point at and say, "Ooh, this line is too wide." I think the variable that makes this line fair is the size. Khamzat's been tacking on mass like Mac, and Usman has not. He's on short notice. I think Usman his main plans were to continue at welterweight. It seems right. So I think that's the variable that. When you have to start to justify why Khamzat's this wide of a favorite, I think it's that he's just been planning to be at middleweight longer, right? But I think his wrestling is overstated. Yeah, he picked up Jingling Lee and walked him across the ring, right? But he's only got 57% takedown offense, like 57% takedown success. He wasn't able to get Gilbert
free. Down free.
Yeah,
57% is very good, by the way.
Not if you're Hamzat. I thought his was 104.
Yeah, and I mean, he fought.
It can't be 104, Cody. Come on, it's numbers.
He fought some guys with zero wrestling, less than zero wrestling, like guys that I might go 57% on. Right?
Free power double, baby.
Overall, and it used to be like 80%. It's going down and down. The higher, like the longer that comes out, continues fighting actual fighters, that 57% is going to fall. We can see him go 2 for 5 here, 40%. Like he's not like his wrestling is overstated as well, overestimated.
His strong wrestling, because he's strong and powerful, but he's not like an Olympic gold medalist or something. You know what I mean? Like
he's damn good, right? We all know he's good. I think he's a little overrated. Like Kevin Holland was actually able to get out a little. Like I thought Kevin Holland was going to get away, but Kevin Holland was severely undersized there. So anyway, he wasn't able to get Gilbert Burns down. Burns was landing on him. If that's Usman that you can't get down, if that's Usman landing on you, you're toast. But I need Khamzat to come through for parlays. And
exactly, Yanni.
Rob, let's go.
I know we're all picking him, but it's like you should be nervous. You should be fucking nervous against Kamaru.
I just want to let you guys know, Cody and Free, you guys are wrong. Khamzat's coming in here. He's going to go guns blazing.
He's going to smash our boy.
Wrestle and smash once he gets that.
You think he's going to Jing Liang this dude? You think he's going to Jing Liang Kamaru Usman?
To the exact extent, but he will get this fight down eventually. And it'll be early in the first round, and it's going to be over after that.
No way.
Calling it right now. I don't even care if it's by KO or sub, because it's going to be inside the distance. I'm telling you, he's going to be too strong.
The Khamzat,
he's going to shoot for the knee, single legs.
Dude.
Usman's not going to like the single legs for the knee problems. And then it's going to be, eventually it's going to happen.
So
he's getting older. He's getting older. On the feet, this fight's not hanging out on the feet for too long. If it's, I don't think so.
Wrestling's going to Wrestling's going to
eventually. Usman's knees aren't going to be able to stop those takedowns. I'm sorry.
Eventually,
it's just not going to happen.
I think Khamzat's ground and pound is overrated. He got 2 takedowns in almost 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes of control time on Burns. He only
throwing up gang signs.
Strikes,
West side. West side, Dravhy.
He's not able to. Oh yeah, let's eat a W like Jameis Winston. Who wants to eat a W tomorrow? Let's go.
Where's Crip Killer?
No, but yeah, I'm going with inside the distance, though. I do think Khamzat gets it done. I'm putting on a little show for Steamroll. I do think he gets it done, though. I think he can get the knockout on the feet too, to be honest. I really do. Like what Dravhy said, because Usman's chin after it could be a little questionable. Who knows? So we'll see what happens. He's getting older. Knees again. Maybe Khamzat busts up the knees with leg kicks. You don't know.
Burns had Usman hurt on the feet round 1, if I recall.
Yeah.
Yep. Then he stopped him with the jab in the second and beat him down.
Exactly.
And Khamzat could not do that. Khamzat was. Bro, if you watch that third round, Gilbert Burns may have won that fight. If
I don't think that's going to happen.
Round, Gilbert Burns may have won that fight.
It was close.
Like Gilbert won the second when he dropped him in the third round. I thought Gilbert won. Like craziness, but
potentially.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kiwi said, "Nah, Johnny, you eating Cody's edibles?"
Exactly, bro.
Not yet. He didn't give me any last time we hung out.
Bellator, baby. Bellator, I got you. I had him too. I had him with me.
Hey, Daggy will be the parlay buster this time. Yeah, there's like a million of them. There's one of them is going to be it. I'm telling you.
Let's hope it's Ankalaev for everybody here.
That's what I'm saying.
As long as it's over 1-5, dude. Yeah, I'm with you guys, man.
Imagine Johnny Walker knock him out with a flying knee.
Ankalaev ain't getting knocked out, bro. He would never put him in a position.
He's been close a couple times.
You got to be out of position to get hit with that flying knee. And that dude, he keeps range. He's fight IQ. He's
Johnny Walker is a crazy
man.
Johnny
Bash. He's Javid Bash at 205. Johnny Bash, baby.
Johnny Bash, baby.
Johnny K. Main event time, baby.
Main event time. Let's go. Islam versus Volk 2. Cody, let's start it off right.
With me?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Well, it's an excellent fight. You don't really need to break these dudes down because we both know that they're both excellent every single
warriors
place the fight goes. Like, period. Professional, well-rounded, great cardio, great durability. Obviously, Islam has the wrestling advantage slightly. We see that Volkanovski can be taken down, and as long as his back don't get taken, which the only time he got taken in that fight was when he was kind of like talking shit with Khabib. Like Islam had him down, had his back, and he tried to run to the cage on his knees, and Islam got the legs in. But both, they're just so well-rounded everywhere. They both got great striking. 90% of this fight's probably going to play out in the striking. Although I do think that the somebody said earlier, but I do think that the grappling could play out a little more for Islam here, just with Volkanovski being on a little more short notice. But I still don't see him finishing Volkanovski on the ground. But I mean, both these guys are excellent. You've seen them fight 25 minutes. They both hit hard, but neither one of them's a one-shot knockout guy. And as long as one of them can't just drop the other one of them and make them go to sleep, like they're just going to follow them to the ground. I don't see either one start getting punched and turtle over and get TKO'd. And then I don't see no submission. So I'm going to take Islam by decision. I bet the over 4.5. I think we already seen this fight play out. Yeah, they can hurt each other a little bit, but there was never not one time that fight was super close to being finished at all. And then, you know, everything's favoring Islam. He's already bigger. He's already got that win. When I went back and watched that fight, I thought it was a lot closer, and it was close, but I thought Islam clearly could get 3 rounds. I thought there was a possibility he could have got 4. Like, and I don't know if I thought that like the first time I watched it, but just rewatching it, like every time Volkanovski, even if he had a big moment around, Islam had a big moment too. So, but give me Islam. I know these dudes are talking that KO shit, but neither one of these dudes are KO guys. Like neither one. Even if Volkanovski comes out and tries for the KO, it's not like he's going to gas completely out and then just get finished himself. Like the dude, he's coming off the couch, but you know he's never on the couch. I remember an interview with Daniel Cormier where he said he was messing around with Volkanovski, and he was like, "You're in shape." He's like, "I always stay in shape, mate. You always stay, whatever." So, yeah, man, it's gonna be a great fight, and I think Islam's just gonna be a little better again, and then plus it's home field advantage, full camp. Give me Islam by decision. It's like plus 165, and I love that over 1 or 4.5. Man, I can't see either one of these guys finishing. Neither one's a knockout guy, and I cannot see Islam, grabbing a Kimura or anything on Volkanovski. So Islam by decision, man. Props to Volkanovski for taking this fight, so we didn't have to watch Islam out grapple Gamrot. Fuck. Who the fuck wants to see that?
Sheesh. I'm seeing a lot of Gamrot love, and I'm just like, where were you guys like 5 fights ago or 4 fights ago? Jeez. Anyway, sorry, that's a different thing. Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off Cody here. I think Islam's gonna win this fight. I want Volk to win. I'm rooting for him, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. Short notice, like coming off an injury in Abu Dhabi, flying across the world, all this and stuff. I just think it's gonna be. And I think it's going to be kind of playing out kind of the same. Like it's going to be mainly striking, like Cody said, maybe some takedowns, maybe once like towards the end of the rounds to steal a round or something, or seal it. And yeah, I don't see a knockout. I don't see a submission. I definitely don't see a submission. I mean, if Ortega couldn't submit Volk, I mean, there's no way. I'm sorry. That was like the deepest guillotine I've ever seen in my life. So I think it goes to decision. Both guys are warriors. Both guys are durable. They don't know how to, tap or get knocked out. I know both got knocked out once early in their careers, like 8 years ago, but it ain't going to happen here today. Both guys are great. So Islam just wins a close decision, 49-47 or 49-46, however you want to look at it, something like that. Dravhy.
Let me ask you a question, all of you guys. When is the last time we had a rematch that play out exactly the same as the first one?
Colby Covington versus Usman. I don't know, bunch. I mean, a lot.
That's probably
of high level guys.
I mean, wait a minute. Usman finished him in the first fight. He won the decision in the.
Yeah. It went late.
So that doesn't count. Give me one.
But it's not always the number 1 and number 2 guys in the world finishing.
That's what I keep going back to. These guys are pound for pound 1 and 2
to an extent, but like.
That's a good point, but
you know what I'm saying? These 2 dudes, can you see either one of these guys? I mean, I guess, like you said, they've been knocked out.
I have to believe it. But I can't. I have to see with my eyes. Like I can't do it.
My point is, when we see a fight like that and they fight close and then they rematch, we kind of think that the fight's gonna play out the same. It's just normal to see it that way, but I think it's a trap 80% of the time. Maybe he's gonna win a decision again, but if you look, and I do that most of the rematch. I try to go on a different outcome. Just for example, Ngannou against Miocic, number 1 versus the champion, right? He wins a decision. Next time out, he got knocked out, And I mean, that's just one example, but I can go on and on and on. Poirier beat Gagey by KO. He got KO in the rematch. And I could go on and on and on. I know because I checked the stats about that, and that doesn't happen often, right?
So what you're saying is it's bound to happen now because it's happened so much the other way.
Maybe. I mean, maybe.
Just been what Chris Weidman, Silva. That was one that happened the same. Two nasty, two knockouts.
How many years ago?
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but there's statute of limitations on this, man.
That's why I said around 80% of the time they go different. So nothing is 100%.
But how many times is it the number 1 and number 2 guy in the world that's fought each other? Like the best, like two most durable dudes with the best cardio, well-roundedness. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like in most rematches.
Volkanovski versus Max Holloway.
I feel like in most rematches, like they got time. They're gonna get better at something.
Decision wins. Like, each time, Volkanovski 3 times.
Oh yeah, but I get what Dravhy's saying though, because that like the odds do go for it. But man, like you to plug these two in and just compare their fight with other ones, just based off like because this has happened, this should happen. I don't fight to fight and fight in the fight game.
Yeah, but
the lower the weight class, the more predictable the outcome should be, right? Like when we get up to heavyweights, there's going to be more volatility. So this point is especially relevant for these lower weight. Well, maybe I'm sorry, Dravhy. Maybe it's less relevant for these lower weight classes.
You make good points. That's for sure. I just feel like that's something to look at because most of the time people, when they see a rematch, for example, like, oh, Makhachev win the first time, he's going to win again. Every time when you see a rematch, everybody's on that. Yeah, right? So I feel like in this case, personally, I think it's going to be different. I think that Islam is going to TKO Volkanovski. I'm going to say it first. I know you might think I'm crazy, but let me explain you why. First of all, Volkanovski, like he said, he has nothing to lose. He's going to go for it and all that. Maybe it's all talk, right? But we know Volkanovski for a thing. When he says something, he go out there and he do it. He's one of the guys you can trust. But my breakdown is not about this. My point is he's taking the fight on short notice, and I don't think he can out cardio Islam like he did the first time. And he know that. He said it himself, The last time the fight was competitive because people remember the last round where he dominated because he had the better cardio, Now Islam has more time to rehydrate, and Volkanovski is on coming out after surgery on short notice in Abu Dhabi. Everything's against him, right? And he already lost, so he needs to go for it. He's not going to win the decision. No way.
Islam only has 4 KOs out of like 22 wins. Like he's not a KO dude by like any means.
I'm not saying he's a KO dude, but my point is his striking has been improving a lot recently. Since the Oliveira fight, man, his striking has looked very good. Like you guys can agree on that. When we saw that fight first, Volkanovski versus Makhachev, before the outcome, we didn't think the striking would be competitive. But man, that was very competitive on the feet. And Makhachev won, I think, a lot of striking exchanges. And he hurt Volk twice in that fight. He put him on his knee and he wobbled him another time in this fight, And I mean, I'm impressed with his striking. I think it has been improving a lot. Like the body kick and his kicks in general, he needs to use it more because it's a very good weapon. He has good head kicks, good body kicks, and then good straight shot down the pipe, good hooks, and good knees in the pocket. I think he can catch him with that in the pocket. So yeah, Volkanovski, I think in this fight, he's going to be less scared of Makhachev and he's going to try to put the pressure and try to go for a knockout. I think that's what he's going to do because, like I said, he's not winning the decision, not in Abu Dhabi. And I think that Makhachev is heavily favored in a decision. Of course, I think he's heavily favored in a submission if that happens. I don't think it's going to happen because I do agree with that, Cody. I think that he's like Volkanovski's submission defense is elite.
But you can see Volkanovski like going to sleep. Like, to get TKO'd, he's never going to turtle up and give up. He's going to have to.
And whoever the rep is not going. It's going to have to be like 20 seconds of continuous strikes.
I mean,
without Volkanovski get like that, and I don't think that dude's cardio could ever go away. Like he's got probably the best cardio I've ever seen in the UFC. So I don't even think like even off
for sure,
he would be like tired. You know what I'm saying? At any point.
I'm not saying that he's gonna like be dead ass tired or anything. I'm just saying that he can't push the same type of pace and he can't have the same type of cardio that he used to on a full camp in full shape. I think it's gonna be a little bit different. And then I expect Makhachev to be looking better cardio wise because of the weight situation this time out. So yeah, I think Volkanovski know that he can't win a decision, so he's gonna force the striking. When he does, and when he did try to in the first fight, he got clipped a couple times. And if you watch back the fight again, you're gonna see that every time he got touched up, the head got right back, and he was like, "All right, you got me good on this one," And he got close. Makhachev got close to. I mean, you hurt him twice. That's my point.
Yeah, but
right?
he never dropped him even. Like he hurt. The one time he
went to a knee,
and
then he went right back up.
Exactly. And then after that, he hit a head kick. He took it this time, but I mean, if he hit a head kick after being put on his knee, how many times did he hit and not getting dropped again? So we don't really know. My point is, in the tapes I've watched, I see a lot of shots that can hurt Volkanovski. Again, a knee down the middle in the pocket, a hook, a straight shot down the pipe, a head kick, even a body kick. I see a lot of opportunity for Islam to hurt him. And then if he hurt him, like let's say drop Volkanovski, if he jump on him like he did Oliveira, then he can submit him. I don't think he's going to be able to submit him without Volkanovski not being there for like a couple of seconds, So he's going to hurt him first. I think we can all agree on that. And I mean, Makhachev's submission game is insane, but I do think Volkanovski's ground game is very good. My other problem is that when he took the back, the round was over. That was all Makhachev, He was way stronger and he was a better wrestler, clearly. So I think that Vol's going to try to force a bra. He's going to go in the pocket and he might knock him out. I think his path to victory is a knockout. But if he doesn't knock him out, I think he's either going to get caught in the pocket and then either get TKO. I'm not saying he's going to get put out cold, but I think he's going to get hurt in this fight and then either get pounded or get subbed. That's my prediction for the fight. If not, if Islam go over, and then I think he win a decision. So I think he can win by KO, by sub, by decision. And yeah, he's the bigger guy. He's the stronger dude. He has more path to victories, and he's fighting at home on the full cam. So I think the line is now wide enough, in my opinion. The last time Volkanovski was plus 300, plus 300, and he was fighting at home with a full cam and all that. But now people remember the last round, and then Volkanovski almost had him in the last one. Yeah, right. But he was down 2 or 3 rounds, So people remember the last round, and now they want to bet him at plus 200 when everything's on Islam's side. So I don't get it. I have a lot of
I get that part too. Like I want to bet Volk so bad, but if he was on full camp and coming off the injury so quick, I would probably bet him at 200. Volk. I really would.
I love Volk. I picked Islam by decision, but I love Volk. That's how
I love him too. He's a very good fighter.
Don't sound like it, Dravhy. Doesn't sound.
Just he's one of my favorite fighters in the
UFC. Did you pick?
Excuse me?
Yeah, I just thought about it. I didn't even think it. I was about to say.
Free, go ahead real quick. How about that? You know who you're picking.
So, I played Makhachev at minus 210, and then I play him again.
Oh, you got his line at minus 210?
Yeah, but I doubled down. I doubled down. Minus 250, I doubled down in a parlay. At first, when I bet him, I didn't do tape. Like, I just remember the fight. I took minus 210. I thought the line would close like minus 300 or something because of the short notice and all that. So at minus 250 after tapes, my reads is way more clear, and then I'm way more confident in my read. But yeah, I think Islam should be a way bigger favorite here. So sorry to go long, but I feel like it's one of the best fight of the year, like number 1 versus number 2. That's a high level shit. But sorry, I think Volkanovski getting finished here.
I love it. Real quick, Kiwi sponsoring again for a $20 donation. Cheers, boy. Really appreciate all your hard work. Much respect. We appreciate you, Kiwi. You're all,
boys.
All right, Free. Let's go. Tell me what you got.
Bro, I was about to wrap it up. Because
he's like, I'm out. Peace.
I feel like me and Dravhy was talking for a minute. I thought we was out ahead. Have you gave yours, Johnny?
Have you? No, I don't think.
Just let Free go. Goddamn.
Me and Dravhy just went for like
up. Yeah. So
just let Free go.
I'm on the draw prop. I think we could see a sketchy ass Alexa Grasso let her retain her belt, let Islam retain his belt in Abu Dhabi type of situation. Not for a full unit or anything, just in a wild, playful shit. I think the fight to end in split or majority decision at plus 550. Like, that's the type of thing that I like to play, but I don't think I'm going to get quite there. I also played it in a small playful parlay. If this fight wasn't on short notice, it should be a pick 'em. Like that last fight was damn close. It wasn't just the 5th round. The whole fight was pretty close. Islam was able to do no damage when he had him backpacked or anything. We've seen that like when people get the takedowns and can't do any damage. I don't know if we want to show Shady stuff so
Shady's great.
Okay.
I love Shady.
We've seen that, like, it depends where we're at, I guess, right? But like, you got to have less and less faith in these guys who get the takedowns and aren't doing damage. I mean, I know Islam's striking is improving, but one knockdown on Charles when Charles is like super afraid of the grappling, that's different. I have zero concern, for lack of a better word, that Islam's going to hurt Volk on the feet here. I think this fight goes to decision. I think if Volk had a full camp, it should be damn near a pick 'em.
I don't mind that.
And I think Islam wins, but I don't want to root against Volk. So
that's what's tough.
I intend to have no bets on Islam.
That's why I just bet the over.
That's why I just went the over.
Bet them both. Bet them both, because like I want Volk to win. I want Volk by decision.
That's awesome. Because he's awesome.
But Islam's
gonna be awesome. Double champ. It'd be great.
That'd be awesome. It would be.
And I want Volk to win also, just because.
Dravhy.
Did not sound like it.
It sounded like once.
When I put my money on the table, I don't mind who I want to win. I want to make money, so I just had to put my bias away. And even though I love Volk and I hope he succeed, I hope he's double champ. Will be amazing. But
it would be amazing.
Will not. So.
Yo.
Another sponsor of the show, Mushroom MMA. He said, "Get a frame for that picture of Johnny and Makhachev."
It's freaking amazing. You should.
It's gonna go like right over here.
That's the greatest picture there is. That is the greatest single-handedly picture made.
Hey guys,
it's fantastic.
First fight starting, man. I'm about to.
Dude, I lost it. I lost it when I saw this. 11 hours. Like, oh shit, you're right.
Dude, I can't wait. I'm gonna take a shower, go to sleep, wake up to win.
Funny money. Guys.
Hey, I have a question, guys. If we erase the co-main event and the main event, which is the fight you're the most looking forward to?
Ooh, good question. Let me look.
I think I like Shara. I like that Shara fight. If we could get it 5 rounds or
I mean,
Tim
just
Elliott,
going by
I think Tim Elliott
fighter. I want to see like Nathaniel Wood. I think the Basharat fight is good all around.
Not a fight.
Tim Elliott, Makhachev fight is gonna be good.
You can't pick them all, Johnny.
The Aliscara.
All of them.
The Aliscara fight for me.
Aliscara.
Oh yeah, really?
Give me Bruno Silva. Shara.
I think it's probably mine too, Cody.
You know what I mean? Because them dudes, they're gonna go at it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
I'm gonna say Basharat and Henry. I think that'll be a fun fight.
That's gonna be a good one too.
Wood Naivov's gonna be a banger too.
All
these fights. This is like bro. We got 11 hours.
That's what it should be. That's a banger card. I can't wait, man.
Nate's getting all the flowers. If Volk ground and pounds Islam out, dude, Nate, you're getting the flowers, bro. Thursday night, next month, Saturday.
If he wins this fight, all respect to him because everything's against him.
By decision.
If he pulled this off, man, I mean, it's crazy. He's in the GOAT conversation right away. He's already
100%.
He's the baby goat. He's the baby goat to me, man. 145 and down, baby goat.
Yep.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
How you see Volk versus Topuria?
Man, dude, that's freaking awesome. I don't even know, man, because like
I like Topuria so much, but I gotta pick Volk.
Yeah, I mean, I can't pick Topuria, but I want to see what's the odds. What do you think the odds?
I don't need. Well, we don't even know because it might not even happen yet. Depends on what happens here with Volk.
What do you think they would? If you were
Johnny, probably Volk minus 300 or better, minus 300 or better, or more. I think
minus 180 or something. Minus 180, minus 200.
Maybe minus 300.
Minus 200, in my opinion. Minus 250.
Yeah. I think he's gonna be minus 300.
You think? Yeah, that's gonna be such a good one. We're getting some new blood.
If he is,
if he beats Volkanovski, who the freak is beating Topuria?
No one. No, Max Holloway.
Yeah,
Jai Herbert.
Because Max Holloway will be everybody but Volkanovski.
He probably would outbox actually Topuria. That's a good point. He probably could because he's a little taller, a little longer, and if he could just eat
Volkanovski has Max Holloway's number. It is. It is what it is.
But to me, he's not even the number one contender.
Who?
Yeah, kind of want Volkan.
who
I
you got
want
up?
Topuria to fight Holloway actually first before he fights Volkanovski.
But bro, Topuria versus Volk is a banger, man. That's a
It would
banger.
be, yeah, for sure.
That's like the only guy I think could really beat him at 45. He's kind of cleaned it out.
I agree with that.
Because they're kind of the
But I
similar.
don't know.
They're
I
very
gotta
similar.
think though. I got to think all the rest of the 45ers, but
Like,
feel like
there's a
he's
lot of
beat a lot of
dangerous
them.
ones. Yair is amazing. Yair, puts it on everybody. Like,
Yair and Topuria would be freaking
much.
awesome.
That would be great.
I think it'd be a great one.
Topuria will kill him. I'm sorry, you will
He
kill
might
him.
beat him up.
He probably would, and I would pick Topuria all day. But it would be a fun fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yair is so good. I don't know. That's a tough one. I think Volk is going to be the champ for a while, unless he retires pretty quick here. He's going to have no competition. I feel like.
I mean, his only up and coming competition is Ilya, to be honest. Oh, Evloev, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Movlet.
But all right, kids, we almost got 3 hours in here for some reason. It's crazy. Like time flies when you're having fun. So we definitely appreciate everybody hanging out with us, all 60 of you guys. Also definitely appreciate all the donos, and the sponsors today are Johnny Newquist, MMA Ricky, Jaden, we'll just say Jaden once,
Jaden Pineda,
Kiwi once, Mayor Robs, Jaden twice, Jaden 3 times, Kiwi twice, and Mushroom MMA. All you guys are fantastic. Like we always say, we don't expect them, but we always appreciate the donations.
For sure.
Before we go get out of here, does anybody want to say anything crazy? You want to do your favorite crazy bets or anything like that?
Yeah, I think you should parlay Ankalaev by decision with Islam Makhachev by decision. And if you're getting risky, throw a little Abu Azaitar on there.
I like your style.
Look at, I knew Dravhy just finally got. I picked all the ones, man.
You're like, son of a bitch.
But no, I had a great show, man, dude. Everybody in the chat was awesome. People give me a little crap earlier, but I ain't gonna hurt my feelings, man. That's have a good night. But no, real quick before everybody hanging out. Great show.
I would say real quick before everybody leaves, free UFC bets. Tell everybody where they can find you and what you got going on.
Appreciate you. Instagram or Twitter, the name you see there, for UFC bet picks. Got our card up every week, and sometimes some props, sometimes some fun stuff, but at least always the picks.
Right on. He also has a Patreon too. He doesn't want to say it, but he has a Patreon. Check that out as well. Dravhy, where can they find you at? What you got going on?
You can find me on Twitter. That's where I post all my bets. My bet MMA tips also link in my bio. If you want to follow the bets, everything's free. So biggest card of the year for me. So it's Dravy _. And also if you want to follow Beat the Line Broadcast on Twitter, BTL Broadcast. It's me, Key, and Pegasus. We break down the fight every Wednesday, and we have fun doing so. So it's a fun show. If you guys want to give us a follow, will be much appreciated. And then we're gonna be looking forward to move the show on YouTube eventually in the next weeks or months. So
right on. I like it. Definitely checked out that show, guys. Blood Money, tell everybody where they can find you if they don't already know.
Yeah, me and Johnny do our show on Thursday night and for Saturday, and then I got my show on YouTube, and then you can get my bets throughout the week on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, man, Makhachev, we got people, man. Makhachev, he better worry about Tim Elliott, and that's what he better be worried about. But no, they had a great show. I love respectfully arguing out your point of view on bets, because that's what you should do. Like, you shouldn't just be like kind of like agree, and just because, you know what I mean, let's just like make a good show or make whatever. It's good, because then you bring out more points and stuff. And as long as you do it respectfully, man, that's what it's all about. So I have a good time breaking down fights with you guys. Had a good time tonight, man. We're all gonna make some money today. We're gonna make a lot of money hunters. Money being funny. Wood. Jesus, that's our boy, man. He's been out here forever. So, man, great show, great guests. I can't wait to do some more with you guys.
Right on. And you can find me at JohnnyKpicks on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. I also have a Patreon I just started up earlier this month. Check that out. Get early access to all the good stuff. Ben, I will if you're still here, hit me up on Twitter. I saw that you followed me, but I'll get you if you don't hit me up, and I'll get your address. Good luck to everybody and their bets. Like, this is going to be a fire card. I'm looking forward to it. And guess what? It is literally almost like 11 hours away. So that's the best part about it. So let's go. Good luck to everybody. Take care. See you next time.